And thought of you into that.
Sorry. Oh my God.
I know. Shut up.
You look awesome.
Hey, we are live. We are live. We are live. What is up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? Happy Tuesday night to everybody here. Good to be here. Let me get this shared out and get things rolling. All right. Give me one moment, y'all.
This is end of days kind of stuff.
What's up, Edward? Captain Random, how are you, my brother?
Honey, listen to me. You are a beautiful, strong woman. You are the mother of my children. I want you to go in there.
All right. Let me get them private notifications out. The people that don't get them, how are you this evening, my friend Edward? Miss Brandy is here. Hello, Miss Brandy, how are you? All right. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm just getting my little notifications out to everybody. How we doing tonight, Miss Brandy, Mr. Edward? How are you guys? Hope you guys had a great rest of your day today. Alrighty, my friend, you do your thing, brother. I will be here. God, I can only imagine. Can't wait for this name.
Minus the syphilis.
You got a mouth on you. I like that. And you brought your androgynous friend. Oh, is it a man or a woman? I don't know. It's very sexy.
I am going to keep you guessing.
Okay, let's see here. I think I got everybody. You guys are more than welcome if you feel like it to share this out. Cuter. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Love it. That's too fucking funny, dude. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That is too fucking funny. You say you're Kevin Zerpis. Welcome, sir. How are you? Did you say you're going to bed, Popper? You got to work tomorrow, I'm gathering. It's all good. What's up, Fupa? Miss Rachel. Cooter Pimple's in the house. Queen Magda Cooter Pimple. Let's make a song, guys. I can write it right now. Queen Magda Cooter Pimple. I got you, bro. Queen Magda Cooter. I can play the guitar and everything for it, you know. Let's see. Here we go. Queen Magda Cooter Pimple. Don't tell me. Other people like to write songs. Why can't I do one? Miss Dago is in Alabama. That's where she's been, Edward. Have you not been listening, my friend? Well, we are happy to see you, Miss Rachel Lynn. Give Cooter Pimple a big. Oh my God, Cooter Pimple's grounded. Why is he grounded now? What he did, dude? What he done did? There we go. That sounded right. What did he done did, Miss Rachel? Don't think I'm not about to write the Cooter Pimple song. I will do it. Oh, she will be leaving there tomorrow night and should be home Thursday. You guys are fucking a mess. The two, both of you. It fucking kills me. Welcome, everybody that's here. Everybody say hello to Miss Rachel. She can't stay long. She's burnt out, as always, because, you know, it's a hard job being not an RN and not an LPN. What up, Strike? Nope, but hell no. I can't write a Cooter Pimple song. Queen Magda Cooter Pimple. Queen Magda the Cooter Pimple. I'm telling you right now, you guys, I will fucking make one. I'll make it a metal song. I'll put distortion guitar. I'll put I got a little drum machine built into my one guitar pedal. I put a little drum beat behind it and we were set. We can make a rap song. Pop that Cooter Pimple. Pop that Cooter. Yeah, we could do that one too. Like I said, other people write songs. Why can't we? Queen Magda the Cooter Pimple. Yes. Well, no. What's going on, Strike? Please don't tell me. Oh, fuck. What happened, bro? That ain't cool. Already? I'm sorry to hear, brother. I'm so sorry. You don't have to, but you're welcome to explain it on here. That's what we're here for, bud. We got to go after him, go find him.
You said that what was on that drive in city contracts, and I drove your way all this time. I've been keeping the cops off your ass, and you're stashing dirty pictures of me.
Maybe it was just something that is a temporary thing, maybe. Ew, Rachel, that was gross the way you said that. He thinks I've been cheating on him. What the fuck? When? And with who? How? Jesus God, you guys ain't even been together for what? 2 weeks? It's not like you're some kind of a fast ass that likes to run around and does it. You're either on here or at home. And you can't cheat on him with any of us, so... Yeah, what proof does he have? That's bullshit. That's making me angry, actually. I've been hanging out with my guy friends. I guess I can't have. Oh yeah, that's a friend of mine. Friend of me and my wife's is gay, and he's lost two relationships because he has male friends, and his each one of his other partners were very jealous of that, and it didn't work for him. So that I've heard of that happening. Yeah, and that's his loss, though, brother. If he's not, he's obviously too insecure, um, for a real relationship. I mean, honestly, and they're straight. Yeah, see, I know. How long have you been friends with these people? Yeah, it's not that easy, Edward. You can't just tell people like that to calm down. If it's he's obviously got some insecurities, Strike, or he wouldn't be that quick to judge. It might work itself out. It's probably just temporary. Just take it. Just sit down and have a talk with him and be like, listen, I've been friends since you were in middle school. That's what I figured. Like, I've been friends with these people my whole life, and you're new in my life. Like, they're straight. I don't know if any of your male friends are in relationships, but they're straight. Obviously, they're not gay. So he's got to understand that, or it's just not going to ever work with you, because that's a big issue in a lot of gay relationships that I know about. So try to sit down and talk to him. Has he met your friends, by the way? That does help sometimes. Sometimes that takes some of the insecurity away, Yeah, honey, that's unfortunately, but that's not gonna. That ain't gonna work, dude. You don't need that, especially with and this is all new for you, anyway. So, like, you can't be starting off like this in life when you're just coming out and, getting into these situations like that. And he should understand that. Is he younger, older, or the same age as you, bud?
Well, it's like that book from Book Club. Yeah. Takes her brother and her stepfather into fighting each other so that she can flee the town from the desert and menstruate peace. What? You read it. You read the book. Of course.
Wait a minute. I'm not that the problem that I have, but I'm not homophobic. Wait. Those two don't really go together, Edward, but I think I understand what you're saying. I know you have trouble sometimes explaining certain things. He's 2 years older than you. Okay. Well, like I said, has he met any of those friends that you were, hanging out with? Okay, I got you, Edward. Sometimes, shit, the hell was that? Sometimes that helps, if he's able to, if they're, what's up, Broken? Yeah, if he's able to meet, he met a couple of them, you said, a few of them, and he was okay with them, or is he just like really, really jealous? And see, part of this could be, and you don't know, in his past, probably, I get that. In his past, he may have been cheated on, which is where the insecurity comes from. And, I don't know, how long has he been out? Strike, do you know? What's up, Austin? Welcome, buddy. Miss Robin is in the house. What is up? What is up? What is up? Sis, how are ya? You feel like coming on panel tonight, Robin? Yes or no? No worries if you don't, hon. I'm just giving you the option.
Big mistake. This is all a big mistake. Oh, God. Don't call me a bitch.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, hon. God, the heat needs to quit. Really, it does. Hold on a minute, guys. Like it?
I do. I just didn't want to make it today. Listen, sometimes this happens to me. Where I won't eat normal. And that's what that's how I lost weight before. Or I just don't feel like eating.
Take the tomato broth and save it or something.
I know all I am when I handle this chicken.
He says, "Which I'm saying makes your face." This one of my children.
Well, okay, that's not gonna help, bud. Listening to the sad music and stuff is gonna depress you even more, and you're not gonna want to come out of that, bub. You gotta lift your spirits. That's what you're here for. We'll try to raise you up, buddy. Yeah, August can definitely go away as far as I'm concerned too. Damn, Kevin, where the hell are you at, bud? I think it was 78 or 80 here today, which is, that's perfect for me, truthfully. I can definitely handle that one. Virginia, huh? Yeah, my wife, it's like 110 there where she's at today, so we're here for you, bud. That's what we're here for. I'm sorry you're going through that, brother. That's all I can say. I really am. If I had the ability, I'd sit down and talk to him and say, hey, this is not the way it works. This is a good kid. And he put his all into this whole thing with you guys. You got to be able to trust that stuff. But again, we don't know what his past was like and the relationships he's been in have been like. If he's been cheated on, which causes trust issues with everybody. Yeah, don't get Brandy rolling on it. If Brandy and Heather together, and then Robin leading the pack, it would be over. I'll just tell you that right now. Where is Miss Heather? Where are you at, Miss Heather? Let me see something here. And honestly, bud, she's right. If you get to where you're too upset, you can DM me and I'll talk to you. If you want to talk, not out here in front of the whole world or whatever. I'm sure anybody else in here would too. So he blocked my phone number to me. Yeah, that is childish. And he's 2 years older than you. Come on now, that's ridiculous. Doesn't sound like he deserves you anyway, bud, if it's like that. I mean, come on. Jesus, you guys have only been together for what? Like a month, if even that. Yep. You are right, Robin. You are right. That's beyond childish. I'm sorry to say that, but let me see here. So, just so you guys know, following up with that case that Black Skull's working on. Excuse me, guys. Where are we at here? So he was supposed to meet with some people in that area, the local ranchers that live in the area that whole scenario went down with, right? So he was going to meet with. There was a father and son that have a farm out there that had some things going on. I think they had some cattle that were killed and some things like that, right? So he had his he did an interview with the father and son, and he said that the father was very uncomfortable, very weird about the whole situation, and didn't want to let on to certain things, right? And which I don't understand, but still, um, there's pictures that were taken of the attacks on their cattle, right? The father did not want to show any pictures, didn't want to like really talk much about the scenario. But I guess the son, when the father walked away, said that he will be sending pictures to Black Skull and some other conversation pieces and stuff like that. And the father was very weirded out by the whole situation. The son is very freaked out about the situation and scared about whatever. So he's sending pictures and different things to Black tomorrow, and we're gonna go from there with that one. So I'm kind of impressed with that, and I believe he's got another group that he's got to talk to too. So it should get interesting, guys. It should get interesting, hopefully. Sorry about that. I got this crap still I'm trying to break up, guys. But now he did send me a thing, and he said this was way earlier. He said he was just waiting on the father and son, and they should be here at any time. That was right before that, right? They're 5 minutes away from where he was, I guess. And he goes, I want to point out this one of the young interviewers, one of the young people that he had to interview. Oh no. Back up. He put two things together. So me and him were talking about the missing girl from California, that Kylie girl. And he said, I want to point out that one of the young people that was interviewed seemed to be kind of scared to say something. And he was like, I bet she saw everything went down. Because if she did, people would look at her like a freak, rewatch the first video and look at the dark hair girl, the way she moved. And I did. You watch for body languages and things like that. Well, after my stream earlier, you guys, I went back and watched some things, and I was listening to some things, and I came to the conclusion that I don't believe that. Okay, you know how I am when I theorize certain things with these things, right? Okay, so first of all, I don't think that the girl was texting her mother at all. In fact, I think that girl may not even been at the party, her car. And it just something about the interview they did with her boyfriend and her one friend. Something seems funny about that whole thing. So, I was going to have you guys look at that again. Good stuff, Stripe. Good stuff. Sorry, I was talking about something different. You guys are having another conversation altogether. My apologies, guys. Well, you guys go ahead and let me see something here. Well, thank you guys for being in here tonight. I appreciate you. Edward, Robin, of course, strike first. I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, little brother. I promise you I am. I'll say a little prayer for you tonight and send good vibes your way, bro. Miss Brandy, Popper, and Rachel, thanks for jumping in. Kevin, thank you so much as well, my brother. Austin Ferris, welcome, sir, as always. Anybody else that's hanging out in the back, just hanging out and watching, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. So much. Absolutely. As same as Fupa, thank you so much, sir, for being in here. By the way, Kevin, I've watched some of your videos. You do pretty good work, bud. I enjoy your stuff. So keep up the good work, brother. Keep it up. I was gonna tell you that last time you were in here, bud, but I checked out some of your stuff and you do pretty good stuff. I enjoy it. Oh, and it is, Miss Robin, it is. We made these mistakes, that we regret ourselves. And so that being said, that's why I try to help young people as much as I can. Of course, just like us, people don't like to take advice on some things sometimes, and sometimes it ends up being for the bad, but it is what it is. I don't want Heather to miss this. I hope she's awake. Okay. All right. There we go. Let me see here. Wait, that ain't right. Okay. All right, that's a video of. Okay. Anyway, let me see here. I wanted to go through this one and show you guys. This is a video found of the Kylie Rodney case.
Hey, it's Adam.
And it was supposedly hours before she would disappeared. I'm not going to do too much of this tonight, but it's just trying to keep up with it a little bit. Okay, hold on a minute. This not what this is. This was something different. Hang on a minute. Right, let me see what we got here.
Road, and this is really serving as the central hub for friends, family, and loved ones who are looking for Kylie. So I want you to take a look at what's happening right now. Throughout the day, we have seen detectives here as well, and community members have been being dispatched throughout the day to look for that teen. Need you to be looking out for Kylie and Kylie's car right now. Is anybody willing to go to Reno and maybe Midtown? Yeah, perfect. The search is on for 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. She was reported missing Saturday morning after she didn't come home from a party.
Asked her to wake me up when she got home, like she always does, and she said, okay, and thanks, Mama, love you. That's the last I ever heard from her.
Sammy Smith, one of Kylie's good friends, is organizing crews of community members who are looking for the teen across the Tahoe region. Glenshire.
All right. See, the whole thing with this scenario, with this, I don't like the fact that this girl is running this whole situation, and she's too close to her to be doing this, and that's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
These flyers are posted in neighborhoods, downtown Truckee, and at campsites.
So this is where everybody's hanging out. Kylie and I were meeting up right here a lot.
Local young people call this open area near the Prosser family campground the Sanctuary. It's a common place for parties. Sammy says she was here with Kylie Friday night, along with tons of other high school and college kids from the Bay Area all the way to Nevada.
Right now, our estimate is about 200 to 250, maybe more.
What she and Kylie's family want to know is how no one saw her leave in her silver Honda CRV. Her car is still missing.
I can't believe it. There has to have been one person. There are people sitting in cars. There are people everywhere around this place.
She and detectives are begging for people who were at this party to come forward. Kylie's mom needs answers.
My head is all over the place, and I'm terrified. Bad thoughts are very strong and hard to keep at bay. But I'm trying to hold out hope, that we'll find her, that she'll come home.
Now, I just spoke with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. They said something that's been really tough with this case is that because so many people at this party were minors and were underage drinking and doing drugs, that a lot of people haven't come forward. We do want to remind you that a tip line has been set up by the Sheriff's Office. You can see that number at the bottom of your screen right now. When you call, make sure you select option 7. We also have this phone number posted right now on KCRA.com. We're live in Truckee. Brittany Hope, KCRA 3 News.
So, Brittany, we know the Placer County Sheriff's Office is investigating this as an abduction. Why, if no one thus far has said that they saw anything, why are they investigating this as an abduction?
Lisa, the only reason they are giving me right now is just because they have not yet found her car. Now, when I asked the Placer County Sheriff's Office when they upgraded this to an abduction, they did say they are still considering other leads and possibilities that could include an accident, or maybe she just ran away.
All right, Brittany Hope with the very latest for us on the search for this missing teen. Thank you.
I am
not at all.
Shop for back to school with the lowest prices of the season. Right now at Kohl's, get Jumping Beans kids clothes starting at $6.99. Save on the softest sheets from the big one and get super cute women's jeans for super low prices. Plus, earn Kohl's cash. Kohl's.
An intensifying search for a missing 16-year-old California girl who vanished after a campground party. Police are treating this as a possible abduction, have released a new image of the teenager just moments before she vanished. Veronica Miracle from our sister station KABC in Los Angeles. That's the latest.
Maybe she was
Good morning,
there then.
Good morning, George. Investigators believe someone knows something. They're asking anyone with information to come forward. Kylie's father now begging the community for help.
I'm thinking that her friends.
She is disconnected. She is your daughter too.
Overnight, Daniel Rodney speaking out for the first time since his 16-year-old daughter Kylie went missing after going to a party with hundreds of other teens at a campsite near Lake Tahoe.
This is your kids. These are the parties your kids are going to. We need answers. Please, anything.
Edward, she's not talking about trucks. It's a town in California called Truckee. She didn't mean like driving trucks, but.
Police releasing one of the last known images of Kylie, authorities desperately searching for leads in her possible abduction. Investigators say the Northern California teen was seen on surveillance camera visiting a local business just after 6 p.m. on Friday. She disappeared just hours later.
We're trying to find out exactly what happened. And at this point, we believe that someone knows, someone saw her, but they're not coming forward.
In this image, authorities say she was wearing a black bodysuit, a black studded belt, green Dickies pants, and black Vans. Additional images from the Placer County Sheriff's Office show a sweatshirt they believe is still in her possession, with eerie lyrics that say, "You don't want to be forgotten, you just want to disappear." Police haven't found any correlation between the words and her disappearance.
Without somebody coming forward,
There's something I want to show you guys after this.
Potentially reveal a critical piece of information that could lead us to Kylie.
I knew that, hon.
We really have nothing to go off of. So we'll continue our search.
On Wednesday, law enforcement expanding their search for Rodney. Dive teams scouring this lake.
What's up, Miss
Teams
Gina?
also searching
What's
on
up?
the ground and by helicopter.
So, there's a presumption after somebody has been gone at her age for a number of days that there might be foul play involved, but it appears they haven't found any. And so the real key is looking in logical places that she might be.
Rodney was last seen at Prosser Family Campground near Lake Tahoe, the site of a party she attended with hundreds of other teens.
I would say out of the about 300 people who were in attendance of that party, we've only been able to speak to a fraction of them.
Her best friend Sammy Smith says she was with Kylie the entire party and was the last person to contact her before she went missing.
We were going to leave together because later in the party I had asked her if she could give me a ride home, and then I realized that she was too intoxicated to give me a ride home, so I decided to try and find a different ride.
Okay, now here we go. This is my problem with this. What's up, Rumble? You're still in here, aren't you, Poopa? You're in here somewhere. At least I thought I seen you. Where'd you go, Poopa? It's all right, Edward. I just wanted to explain to you, what's up, Star, what she meant by that, bud. Because I obviously I misunderstood. Okay, so if this girl is her best friend, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. If this girl's her best friend, now I'm sorry, even when I was younger, if I was with my best friend doing something like this and I was that intoxicated, I would not have left her. Now I got something to show you guys when this interview here is, when they're done with this excerpt. And I want your guys' opinion on it.
Really drunk. Kylie's mother, desperate for answers.
We have stories about the beginning of the night and the middle of the night, but we don't really have, there are no stories about her leaving, when she left, or who she left with.
I agree, Gina.
No
I agree
stories
100%,
of her car
and there's a reason why I'm going to show
Rodney's
you.
car, a 2013 silver Honda CRV, shown here in this photo, also missing. Authorities hoping someone has seen it. Her phone has been out of signal since just after midnight on Saturday. The sheriff's department saying they've received more than 300 tips since Sunday. Other agencies, including the FBI, also involved in the search. Kylie's mother says there is a $50,000 reward.
Okay. Now, that being said, I'm going to show you guys something. And I'm not a big fan of his, but he made some good points. And that's why I'm showing this to you. Ever since I saw this earlier, I went back and researched the shit out of it and found a lot of different things on this. And this is what I do, you guys. I love doing this stuff. I like to try to help too, but where's it at? 1 second. There's two parts to this, and he made some very valid points. When I started looking and like typing in different things about this, it brought these things up. So, and he was one of them that came up because his stuff makes sense. me a second here. All right, so I'm sure you guys know who Ryan Upchurch is. Okay.
To those of you who already know me, what up, Skins?
He does the true crime stuff too, some senses. Okay. A lot of people don't like him. Yes, there you go, Gina. But the points he made, I went back and looked, and he was right. So that's why I wanted to show this to you guys. So that's what I started looking at. Go ahead and watch and listen to this here real quick, you guys, and give me your opinion.
Those of y'all that don't know me, how's it going? If you're coming here from the true crime side of YouTube, I'll have you know that like 50% of the true crime males don't like me. It's probably because I'm cooler than them. I'm also not one of those people who's like, hey, there's a missing person. Also, go fund me below for me. I know a lot of you true crime people think you're fucking Inspector Gadget because you can read where they went missing from, the age, the height, and the weight. I'd love to break it to you, and I am. You're not. And guess what? I'm not either. But in the past, I've gave plausible, realistic scenarios that other people have not given, which is why people.
And that's why I looked at this, because the whole time I've been following the Summer Wells case, he has his theories on that too, and they're pretty close to mine. Or mine are pretty close to his. It's he knows, he looks into things like I do. I mean, he like really does. So
watch my videos when I talk about this stuff, and which is why a lot of these other true crime people are like, boo, stop, you can't do this. You're a singer. Yeah, well, at least I don't claim I'm talking to the spirit of a dead missing person and then they end up not missing and also not dead. I've already seen some ridiculous theories about this that are just like stupid. One thing suggested she was a blood sacrifice for the Burning Man concert. I don't know. I don't even fucking know what that means. So if you don't already know, this is Kylie Rodney. She went missing August 6th around like 12:31 a.m. She was at a party. She went missing from the Presser family campsite in Truckee, California. Not to mention her car that she drove to the party is also still missing. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole timeline or nothing. I'll tell you the main characters in this story. But if you do want to see the timeline perfectly, I suggest you go to the YouTube page of a lady named Plunder. She has the full breakdown on her page.
And I'll show you guys that too, because she really does have it broke down piece by piece by piece.
I want to point out odd stuff.
This is very hard to hear, guys.
There has been a lot of videos provided, and some of it had to do with
very hard to hear.
Detectives right now are asking for
told you. I posted that picture on my community page because I was looking at it and I was like, this looks fucking weird. So I put all the diamonds and lines and shit everywhere.
Okay. This is what got my attention. All right. They're saying that this is her right here. Right? That's not her. That is not her, you guys. Because they're saying this is her at that party, okay? This is her friend over here. Now, the girl had on a spaghetti strap style like jumpsuit, okay? A pair of green Dickies pants that were baggy. And then later on in the evening, supposedly borrowed a sweatshirt from somebody. Okay, for those of you that can't hear, let me blow this up a little bigger for you guys to see this real fast here. Now, she's wearing, what do you guys, or you ladies call these, not stretch pants, but what the hell are they called? Oh, hell. Anyway, those are black, not green. Okay. And they are, oh my God, those pants that women wear, the real form fitting. Anyway, that's what those are. They're not Dickies baggy pants. Okay. She's got on a sweatshirt. There is no writing on the back of the sweatshirt that they said she had on. And she's wearing some form of white shoes. They said she was wearing black and white Vans. Those are not Vans, nor are they black and white. Okay? So that is not her. Completely wrong. I believe, that this is her friend over here they were talking about, Sammy or whatever her name is. And I guess these are the points of interest over here. That's not Kylie Rodini, you guys. That is not her right there, period. Hold on a minute. Let me bring this back down so you guys I can see you guys and talk to you guys. Leggings, thank you. What's up, Jim Tom? Yoga pants, leggings, whatever. Thank you very much, you guys. Yeah, those are not black or green Dickies loose pants. You saw the picture of what she was wearing. That sweatshirt they showed has no writing on it right there at all. And the same thing that Ryan said, too. As soon as I looked at that picture, I'm like, that is not her. So what is the problem with this? There's a problem with this. So hold on a minute.
I knew there was a conflict.
Please go to someone that you trust and I urge you to go to that person to come forward to law enforcement.
God, if this guy could talk any quieter.
I know something.
Let's now direct everyone's attention back to that board. We're looking at a very recent photo taken.
Now, okay, that's the shirt, kind of like what she was wearing that night. Okay, I think it was a bodysuit that she had on. Okay, Edward, I understand that, but don't get off the point here. But okay, she had the spaghetti strap style, like bodysuit. I guess that snaps at the crotch area right there. Okay, I think that's how those are worn, right, ladies? But anyway, and he just said they know something, meaning the police know something, and they're not obviously going to say anything about it. I kind of agree.
Kylie, about a month before she disappeared.
Now, his question to that was, I wonder if they used a month-old picture because the jewelry is significant to her relationship. That ended a couple months ago with the Jagger kid that they did an interview with. Okay? They interviewed him with one of her friends. We saw that earlier, you guys. That's fine, bud. I just wanted to, you had me confused for a minute. They interviewed him and called him her boyfriend, but that ended a couple months ago. That's been proven already. So here we are. They're pointing out the jewelry. She's got this necklace here. And then she's got a pendant necklace that she's got her finger on right now. I wish I could hear her if they would talk loud enough.
When she went missing.
Why would that be significant unless you already found?
Yes, she's 16 years old, Robin. Same age as my son. Hey, Pam, welcome, hon.
Her without the necklaces. So you're wondering who has the necklaces. Wait a minute.
Now, like I said, some of the things he said make sense, not all of them. So I'm picking apart pieces and parts of things that he said, but that's why I wanted you guys to see and hear it. So
he says he complained.
Okay. That is her boyfriend right there that she is no longer with and hasn't been for a couple months, and her best friend, one of her best friends, supposedly. Okay, boyfriend, no longer boyfriend, friend, together. Okay,
about his day, and she listened.
hold on. Now watch his body language and watch her body language and the way that they talk and act when they're looking at the camera, you guys. These are the things that I learned how to pay attention to when I started getting involved in this kind of stuff.
10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, "Oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that." This girl, baggy pants, big nose, long hair, about down to here probably. Kylie's friend, but he's Kylie's boyfriend. The other girl said there was like 4 or 5 guys trying to excessively make people take bong rips. Picture.
Now that was what they were saying in one interview, that there was all these people that showed up that they weren't used to being around, right? They kept wanting people to take bong rips over and over and over again, trying to get them fucked up, we'll say. Okay, and that's what he's explaining right now.
There is a chick that looks like that.
Right there. Right there.
Right there.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4 guys. They said this is Kylie, right? She is looking directly at her. Same style, baggy pants, like sharp elbows, long blonde hair, big nose. Or Megs. Megs is the one who rode there with Kylie.
Exactly, Robin.
And left 10 minutes later with her boyfriend.
Did you hear that? Her friend rode there with Kylie and left 10 minutes after they got to the party with her boyfriend. What? Think about that for a minute.
Hold the fuck up, man. Bro, this can't be the Kylie chick. This is not green pants. This is not black Converse.
See?
She already has a black hoodie on. It doesn't have some Dana Del Rey thing on it.
See?
She's nowhere in this picture. Is there any pictures of her there? No.
Not in that picture.
But there is.
Because when she went to the party, it was still daylight. It's dark now, meaning the temperature, like they said, it was hot when she went. Robin, you can attest to the temperatures in California, right or wrong, all over the whole state, okay? So it was hot during the day. So they're up there by Lake Tahoe where it's colder because there's a breeze and all that coming off the lake. It gets colder in the evenings. Everybody, if you notice, especially the skinny girls, have hoodies on because it got cold. The one that she was wearing supposedly had the writing on the back and that weird inscription on the front, okay, which I will get back to. She's not in that picture, you guys, at all. Kylie is not in that picture, but they said she was. They claimed that's her. After they gave the description of what she was wearing, that girl's not wearing anything like that.
Is that mystery hoodie, that Lana Del Rey hoodie or whatever, this one.
There it is. That is a big, bold print. See it? And on the front of it, it says, "You don't want to be forgotten. You just want to disappear." That's kind of ironic that it says that. But anyway, that's a big-ass pattern on the back of that sweatshirt. And you would see that clear as day in that picture anywhere if you saw it because it's bright colors. It's not on anybody in that picture.
Here's what I find odd about the hoodie. There's no picture of the Kylie girl wearing that hoodie. The picture they show before she goes to the party is the green pants, the black spaghetti strap, the black Converse.
Bands.
In the picture of the party, where people was like, "Oh no, there's Kylie." There's 2 people dressed exactly like that person.
Over here, look. There's another one that looks just like this one. They both have white shoes on. Both have hoodies. Neither one of them have that picture on the back of the hoodie. Neither one of them are Kylie.
Who said that was her? You can't even see the front of her face. She has blonde hair and then hoodie with nothing on.
Here's my theory, and I think he says kind of the same thing, but I think, bear with me, you guys. I think they showed this picture to the police. The friends did, quote unquote friends did, and said, "Oh, there she is. Yeah, she was here at this party. That's her right there. See her? She was at the party." Okay. Now I'm sure the police are smart enough to figure this out themselves, but I think that was somebody, a couple people's way of putting her at the party when she wasn't at the party. You see what I'm getting at? I think something happened before the party. They needed her to be at the party to make all of this shit work. That's their way of putting her at the party by saying that's her in the picture. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just looking at this the real way, you guys. After all the true crime bullshit I've done. Hey, Heather, welcome, hon. I'm glad you're here. That's what I'm saying, and I think he kind of touches on that a little bit too. But Robin, that's where I'm going with this. Is a huge cover up.
On the back, black, like what looks like leggings and white Converse.
That
doesn't sound like the description at all. But with the whole mystery hoodie thing, go back to the first picture we got of the party. Look at what everyone's wearing. Look at what person looks like they don't have a hoodie.
Right there.
It's the girl in the picture that looks like the same chick with the Jagger dude on the news. I'm just saying.
Yep. The two that did the interview with the boyfriend, the guy that you said gave you bad vibes, Robin, and that girl, that's who that looked like.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could, forcefully without my boyfriend present. There was a
forcefully without her boyfriend present.
lot of guys that did approach us. Definitely, I was getting a gut feeling during that party that something just didn't feel right with the amount of people that were there. How old some of these people were from the amount of people who did show up. I
think those 2 girls know way more than they're talking about.
It was scary.
Let me get this straight. This Kate chick who is on the news with Jagger, supposed to be this Kylie girl's ex-boyfriend, but this Kate chick hung out with Kylie before the party. Then the Megs girl rode with her to the party and then left 10 minutes after she got to the party. Then the Sammy girl said she seen her when she first got to the party and said she was the last one to see her at the party. So you mean to tell me those main characters all hung out with her and all seen her and they all care about her so much, but they all ditched her and don't know where the fuck she's at? Bullshit.
Thank you.
Bullshit. 1 of y'all motherfuckers do. 2 of y'all motherfuckers do. Hell, I think 3 of y'all motherfuckers do. There may be 1 that don't, but I think 3 of y'all know what's up.
We got home around 11 and she sent me a text at 11:30 telling me that.
Or did somebody else have her phone and send the text? He says all the same shit, you guys. Watch this.
She was going to be leaving at about 12:15 and coming home. And I asked her to wake me up when she got in. That was always kind of, like what we did. And she said, "Okay, Mom, I love you." And that was the last.
I don't think that text came from her. I don't think she typed it. I think somebody else did. Don't you think it's weird how everybody she hung out with awkwardly left her or didn't text her and it wasn't the other way around at all?
Because nobody has said that they saw her leave.
Because they can't. They can't say that. Then they'll be busted. That's why they all have alibis on, what's the last time I heard from her?
She wasn't there.
Well, I left because this guy was like, bong rips. And I mean, come on, bro. The Sammy girl, for real? Who the fuck did she ride there with? Okay, so she rode there with somebody, and then somebody left, and then she asked Kylie, "Hey, can I get a ride?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, well, I'm going back to the party." Then she went back out to the party to try to get another ride, and then apparently did what? Said, "Oh, I got a ride. I'm leaving." And then there's this bullshit text message where she's like, "Hey, do you need a ride?" And she's like, "No, I already told you I left. I told you I left twice. Double making sure." I think it's so.
Again, these are all her such good friends, quote unquote. Why would they let her go alone with all these weird people that were there by herself if she's that intoxicated? I don't care. I don't care what people say kids are like these days. No.
I think it's so wild how these key players, the people that were around her, and just dipped out on her like "fuck you" and left her in the woods with these strange people, and now she's magically fucking gone. Why are these key people the ones who are like, "Hey, come to me, I can filter stuff for the FBI. Call me and I'll tell them"? Nah, that ain't how it fucking works, dude.
So with the teen talk that's going on in
This is what I was talking about. This girl right here is running this thing, and listen to how she said this, you guys. Listen. Sorry, guys, I put something in I'm eating something, but listen how she says what she says here. This is bullshit.
I wanted to reiterate this to all of the adults, all of the parents. Please do not come to this. You can drop off your kids, but drive away.
Yeah, I don't think any parents are leaving their kids unsupervised in an area where an unsupervised kid just went missing and still isn't found.
Drive away as far as you can so that they cannot see you, you cannot see them.
Drive away as far as you can so you cannot see them and they cannot see you. What the fuck? What?
This sound creepy to anyone else?
I am in contact with the deputies. I'm in contact with the detectives. I'm in contact with the FBI. Everybody. I am the person.
That's Sammy talking right now, Poopa.
These kids need to be going to.
You are a kid. You were there. You're a suspect, bruh.
That is her girlfriend, Sammy. Her one friend that seems to think she's in charge of the whole fucking investigation. That's her. She's the same fucking age. Why in the fuck would you put... No. See? This whole thing is fucking weird, you guys. I started looking at all this shit from earlier this morning and started seeing all this stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I found him because he had his thing on here. Went back in. Started watching what he was saying. It's along the same lines as what I was thinking. And a little bit more, actually. That's why I wanted you guys to see it. Because this makes a whole lot of sense what he's saying. But the whole fucking thing is a mess, though. I'd never seen an investigation like this.
Like, no.
And I had a lot of people come to share the week. That knew about the party, learned about the party after, and knows anything at all. If you knew somebody who went, you knew somebody who was planning on going, you knew any drugs or alcohol that was there, you knew somebody who brought somebody.
Why does it sound like she's overconfident and she knows that nobody at the party is going to come forward and say anything whatsoever? Did anything even happen there? Did Kylie even go to that party?
There it is.
You saw the interesting clips that I put in the beginning, where specifically they said there was like more people that were there than were supposed to be, and that there was like guys walking around and telling them, I don't know, like excessively to take bong rips. And well, here's this that was posted by the Placer County Sheriff's Office. Detectives have located surveillance video from a local business in Truckee where Kylie was spotted on August 5th at 6:08 p.m. prior to her going missing. Kylie was last seen wearing a black spaghetti strap bodysuit, green Dickies brand pants with a black grommet belt, and black Van shoes. We continue to search for any information that will lead us to Kylie.
She might not, bruh. If that's the last picture, it is 6:08. Who's to say a lot of the text messages she was sending weren't fake? If that's the case, that would explain, bro. If that's the last picture of her, and that's what she was wearing, there's a reason nobody at the party seen nothing. Because she never
wasn't there.
got there.
Thank you.
Why is it the only motherfuckers who've seen her are these people? These key players.
Right.
That would explain why no one's coming forward. That would explain why 200 motherfuckers didn't see shit. That would explain why they all got an alibi. And that would explain why there ain't no pictures of her wearing.
And the only people, there was 200 people, like he just said. So they only 4 people are the only people that saw her. Four people out of 200 are the only people that saw her. No. She wasn't there. The person pointed her out in that picture, trying to make her be there. She didn't even go to the party. I think he says this coming up too. Her and her car did not go to the party, but her phone did to make it look good.
And those clothes at that party. But this had to be a 2-person job if that's what happened.
I think there was more involved.
And they had to at least show face at that party, 2 of them, to have credibility or an alibi.
I think there was 3 to 4 people involved in this.
Or which 2 it was. She was never taken to the party. Her car was never taken to the party. You know what was taken to the party?
I just
her
said
phone.
This.
So
yeah, that's where I got it from. Was him. He said it. I got it from him. So it's fact. Now the second one, he's got some very, very good points, you guys.
Okay, a 16-year-old girl went to a party. She's gone. Not only is she gone, the car that she drove to the party in is also gone. The only people who knew about her and talked to her and seen her during this time is Jagger, the ex-boyfriend.
At 10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, "Oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that." And that was the last night I was.
Kate, the girl who made creme brulee with her.
The day of the party, I hung out with her. We made creme brulee.
That, you guys, remember the picture of the girl standing over to the left, the far left? I think that's who that is right there.
She was, I mean, everything was wrong.
Sammy, the girl who seen her when she got to the party and was the last person to see her.
Yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party.
Then you got Megs, the chick who rode there with her and then left 10 minutes later.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could.
All right, let's start with Jagger. I don't think Jagger did shit. I think Jagger's innocent. I think Kate Kuno is innocent as well. Some people think it's weird that he was like, hey, if you find out anything, call my number. I can filter through stuff. Personally, I don't think that's weird. He's a 16-year-old kid. He listens to stuff like Suicide Boys. He probably thinks the cops don't give a fuck and ain't gonna do shit. So that's probably his way of being like, let me know and I'll go look.
I don't know about that. I don't agree with him on that.
His dad during this time. He was nowhere near the party. And if what I seen was correct, Jagger drove all the way down to meet up with her parents the next day. You know who he didn't meet up with? All these other fucking people who were staying there with her. Why do you think that is? Who's the one person from around the area she went missing that Jagger is standing beside? Kate Kuno.
Kylie's close friend Kate Kuno says they spent the afternoon together on Friday, just hours before she disappeared.
Kate was with Kylie before the party. She knows more than anyone, probably. She probably knows the most. If she knows the most.
Now, again, watch her body language. I'm going to go back a little bit. Watch this. And that's probably not enough to see it, but. Okay, look at her face, you guys. She's talking to somebody. Her friend is missing. And listen to her voice and look at her face.
That Jagger is standing beside. Kate Kuno.
Kylie's close friend Kate Kuno says they spent the afternoon together on Friday, just hours before she disappeared.
Kate was with Kylie before the party. She knows more than anyone, probably. She probably knows the most. If she knows the most, she's going to hit up Kylie's ex-boyfriend, especially if she knows he's a good guy and could help, which is why they're standing beside each other. And another thing, these other girls that are claiming to be Kylie's friend, Why isn't Kate standing with them? Exactly. I don't think they done anything. I think they're innocent. I think they're actually worried about her.
I don't
Plus,
know.
if he done something,
I don't know if I
he's
agree
gonna
with him
drive
100%
straight to
on that one.
Mama Bear, somebody who has the best intuition about her daughter. No. All right, now let's talk about Megs. She said before the party she was hanging out with Kylie. Okay, well, Kate said she was hanging out with Kylie. Why did Megs ride to the party with Kylie, stay 10 minutes, and leave?
And why didn't Megs and Kate not refer to each other in the interviews? Why did they not refer to each other in the interviews? If Kate was with her before the party and Mags was with her before the party, why didn't either one of them say, well, like if it was Kate, for instance, why didn't she say, well, me and they have the names wrong on here, but me and Mags were together. Me and Mags hung out with her before the party. Why didn't that come out? Or why didn't either one of them say that? Because I don't think that's true. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Caitlin, welcome, hon.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally...
Okay, did you see that right there? Watch. I'm going to show you guys something. There's a camera, and the camera is over towards, let me see, her. The camera is over towards her right, facing her, the right side of her face, right? Okay, watch.
Leave.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many, like, bong rips as I could, like, forcefully without my boyfriend present.
She looked to the left twice. She didn't look at the camera. The camera's got the right side, the right side of her face. She looked towards the left twice. She's lying.
So as soon as Megs gets there, within 10 minutes, she steps out of the car and everybody's like forcing her to take bong rips. No. Your boyfriend got there in 10 minutes? Did you just drive really fast? Or did you call him ahead of time and be like, hey, pick me up at this party that I'm not going to stay at? Meet you there. That seems kind of dumb, kind of, but I mean, I guess it could happen. No. But that's one of the things that don't make sense. All this, I got picked up.
When somebody, sorry guys, when somebody is talking to you and they look to the left repeatedly, they're lying to you. They're lying to you.
I rode with this person. It's all a bunch of fuckery. You want to know how I know? Because look who the Megs girl was always with. The Sammy chick now, right? Okay. Well, Megs is telling not her story now. Now she's telling somebody else's story. I wonder whose fucking story she's telling.
A lot of older people started showing.
Watch this again. Watch these two, okay? Watch her facial expressions and watch this chick right here. Watch what she's doing.
Enough that people didn't know, like, a lot of drugs were involved, like drugs that we don't typically have just in parties. And our parties also just aren't normally.
You see how she keeps closing her eyes? That's another sign.
That fit.
How do you know? You was only there for 10 minutes.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there.
Here's my question.
Close her eyes, look to the left. Close her eyes, look to the left. She didn't look at the camera. She's not looking up at the person because she's lying.
What in the fuck is up with everybody trying to push this man? So many bad drugs that could kill you possibly. Now let's move on to Sammy. This is where shit just gets like real weird.
Is this what she? Can you confirm whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there. The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she's wearing too.
All right, Sammy. Well, there's just one problem I have with that, and it's the information that the cops released last night. You know, you're pretty.
Brandy, sounds like they're pretty little liars to me. If that tells you anything.
Good at describing, you know, exactly what she was wearing. Even that belt, you know, the same kind of pants, just a different shade, kind of, you know. I know that in the dark, different shade. It's not that navy blue. It's more like navy.
And how many of you ladies in here if you were to go to a party in the woods, you look at your friend and pay attention to the exact belt she's wearing, the bodysuit she's wearing, the shoes she's wearing, the pants she's wearing. If you're at a party, you're worried about what your friend is wearing, the whole fucking outfit she's wearing. No.
Navy green.
Well, just a couple hours ago, the Placer County Sheriff released a new photo showing a sweatshirt Kylie was spotted wearing in a video recorded the night she disappeared.
Now that don't look nothing like the other sweatshirt, does it? Does it? What the fuck?
That's kind of weird. Sammy, you know, that was with her all night since she got there, last person to see her. I don't know how she knows that she's the last person to see her since, you know, she left her at the party. But whatever. Damn. How did Sammy notice, you know, her belt in the dark and her slightly different colored pants, but not the big fucking colorful pink and white hoodie?
Pink and white. But I thought it was black with the saying on the front with the big purple flowers on the back. Really?
On your last call, did she let you know who the quote-unquote friend was that was driving her home?
Yeah, so this is a common misconception.
This is also the part of the story that makes the most not sense.
She was not being driven home and she was not driving.
How do you know? You weren't there. You left already.
So, okay. At the end of the party when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later.
You wanted to stay later, even though guys were forcing your friend Madge to do bong rips, and it was scary, you said.
There was a lot of guys that did approach us. Definitely, I was getting a gut feeling during that party that something just didn't feel right with the amount of people that were there and how old some of these people were from the amount of people who did show up. It was scary. She was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later.
I've never heard of a female being like, man, this sketches me out. My gut feeling tells me to get the fuck out of here. What is up with all these weird people? I want to stay here longer.
I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk, and I knew she was drunk, and so I did not want her to be driving me home because I know about drunk drivers and all that.
But then again, that's her best friend, you guys. That's her best friend. So she should have found a ride for her and Kylie. She should have found a ride for both of them because Kylie was so intoxicated. I didn't want her to drive me home. I'm going to leave her here to drive herself home, even though she's my best friend and she's going to kill herself driving home drunk.
Once again, painting the picture of, oh man, she was like totally fucked up and drunk, like for real fucked up and drunk.
Yeah, and I figured she would be staying there or she would find a ride home because she's a smart girl.
She's going to stay in the woods at the party overnight because she's a smart girl that's drunk.
Is that what you figured? Well, you said when y'all both went back to charge y'all's phones in Kylie's car, you talked about texting her mom. She texted her mom that she was coming home. That doesn't sound like, hey, I'm spending the night here in my car. It sounds like she's going home.
I found her as I was leaving the party. I was making sure to find her to tell her that I had another ride home and that I loved her and I want to say bye and for her to have fun at the party.
You want to know how I know something's up with two in particular people in this situation? Because something Mama Bear said. Yeah, Kylie's mom. You know, after I seen the police put out that picture of that hoodie, I was like, well, that's weird. The Sammy chick never fucking mentioned that hoodie. That's weird. But there was the other mystery hoodie, remember?
Deputies also shared two more
There it
pictures.
is.
The first picture shows a sweatshirt she was loaned.
What if that was a bullshit hoodie put out as bullshit evidence? Or maybe somebody's hoodie used to frame somebody else for doing something. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't think a hoodie's that important. Okay, well then watch what is said in this interview by Kylie's mom.
Then one of the most recent revelations was this shirt, this hoodie she was seen wearing. Did you know that she owned that shirt? Had you seen it before?
That sweater belongs to one of her good friends. Lana Del Rey is a musician who sings so eloquently and has so many beautiful lyrics that can be quoted and put on a shirt. I think that it's not helpful to go down any rabbit holes or follow any red herrings about, you know, a sweater from a concert that had a pretty picture on it.
My interpretation of what she just said is Mama Bear ain't buying nobody's bullshit about no hoodie. Last but not least, this new mystery person. They're fucking creepy. They make everything creepier. So apparently, this mystery guy who sounds like he's hella older, he sounds like he's my age. His ass definitely don't sound 16. Had two mystery cousins at the party. He doesn't say their name. Even though he's talking about these two mystery cousins at this party, he's talking like he was there.
Well, she stayed later than them. But they didn't say like they didn't.
Oh, okay. Your mystery cousins who left before her said, yeah, she stayed later. How do they know that she didn't leave 1 minute after? The fuck?
They did tell me that they didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt at that time.
There we go again with a sweatshirt comment from a guy that wasn't there.
They
Did
didn't
it
see her
see
wearing
which?
a sweatshirt.
Did it see her in a tank top, like the black?
Yeah,
spaghetti?
she was wearing the bodysuit. Yeah, she was wearing. She was.
How does he know it's a bodysuit and not just a tank top? That okay? Stop. Back up. How do you know? My wife has tank tops that look that same way with the spaghetti straps that aren't bodysuits. How does he know it's a fucking bodysuit and not just a tank top, you guys?
She was wearing the same outfit, but they didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, my mystery cousin seen her in the bodysuit, the same outfit, not a sweatshirt.
Did they see anybody like creepy out there? Do people hook up out there, like right there in the woods too? Like do they?
Oh, well, like I can't say the people. It's hard to explain.
Whose name can't you say, motherfucker?
Like there's okay. So when kids go out there, because I've been out there, I've partied in Tahoe. I don't party as much anymore because I got 3 kids now. But I know when they go out.
You got 3 kids? You're an old man. Shit.
There, a lot of kids go out there. They don't go out there with the drugs. They don't go out there with the shrooms. Like they usually bring the alcohol. They get alcohol. The dudes who come out there, the older guys, they have the shrooms and the cocaine, and then the kids go hang out with.
There's your cocaine, Fupa, right there.
That group, the older dudes, because they're giving them the blow and hooking them up with stuff that they can't afford because they don't really got the money for it. Most of the guys, they always want to give it to the girls.
And they offer for free because they want the company and stuff.
Yeah, for free. They give you free lines, but then they want you to kick it with them. You know,
Right.
oh, hey, come do a line with me. Come do a line with me. You know, that's how it goes. Those are how those parties are.
Sounds like he's somebody that does that kind of creepy shit when he goes to parties. That's my thought.
Right.
So there's no telling what could happen, but I do know for a fact she was messed up. That is a fact. So
right.
If they try to word it nicely, like, oh yeah, she was a little, no, she was shit faced.
How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know? Another thing, why are you laughing? This isn't funny. You just said you had 3 kids. I don't think you have 3 kids. If you had 3 kids, you wouldn't be laughing about a kid getting fucked up and being missing. Another thing, I really want to know who these 2 fucking cousins are because there's only 2 other people I know of that was at this party that have laughed while talking about Kylie Rodney.
She gets back, she's gonna know. You all do love her so much.
That's Sammy right there, and she's laughing while she's talking about this whole situation. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable.
The first day that she was missing, I mean, I was literally in a car for 12
Yeah, she laughed again. That's the other one.
12 hours looking for her.
No offense, but do you want like a round of applause for doing something you're supposed to do? No one gives a fuck. Your friend's still missing.
And you're probably having different groups of people bringing their type of cocaine. So then
Thank
they're
you,
all
Heather.
sharing amongst each other.
Thank you, Heather.
You know who else talked about sharing amongst each other? Sammy. You know who's talked about sharing stuff with? Kylie.
Your cousins, they left around 10:30 or something like that.
Yeah, they left. She was still there, but they didn't. I think they saw her before they left. And they did.
Oh, okay.
To me, if I went out there now, like if I went out there,
I'm gonna pause that for a minute, you guys. Actually, I'll let you hear it. I'll be right back. If an ad hits in, I'm sorry, but I'll be right back.
and I saw some older dudes, and I knew a girl was 16, 17, and he's like, come do a line with me. I would think that's fucking creepy alone itself. Like, dude, why do you want to do a line with her? She's like 10 years younger than you. She's a minor.
If you were there, you said you've been there a bunch. You're talking like you were there. Question, why the fuck would you go there? You have 3 kids, right? Why the fuck you finna go party with a bunch of kids? The fuck is wrong with you?
But when you basically decide to go out to that party, it's like all bets are off. Like everyone's okay with it.
This does not sound like somebody who has, like, you know, children and morals. No. When you're fucking 31 and you show up to a party, and if a kid's like, yo, cocaine, you go, no. And then you look at yourself and you go, what am I doing here? I'm a fuck up. That's what you do.
You know what I mean? So nobody would look at it as creepy.
First off, me and my friends would never be caught partying with children. Second off, if a child was at a party and we seen an older dude try to give the child coke, we're going to kick your fucking ass. All of us.
So on the outside looking in, you would think it's creepy.
No, there's no thinking it's creepy. It's fucking creepy. It doesn't matter how you look at it. This dude is trying to solidify it for his motherfucking self.
Right.
And someone said, what does blow mean? Blow is cocaine.
Is this dude being serious?
And somebody said, how could she have been wasted already? I mean, I don't know. A lot of people pregame sometimes too. We don't know what she did before she got there either.
Yeah, she was drinking pretty much the whole time.
Will somebody tell me why this bitch ass motherfucker is laughing? And how did you know, bitch? You said you wasn't fucking there.
Like, that's when I know when they saw her early in the day.
Oh, really? Who saw her early in the day? Your 2 imaginary cousins or Sammy and Megs?
They saw her earlier in the day?
Yeah, and she was drunk.
What do you mean earlier in the day?
Exactly.
Like before they left, like because they left around like 10:30 or 11. So
Okay.
before that, like I would guess like around 8 or 9, she was already drunk.
Who's your fucking cousins?
And the cousins
When they
spoke
saw
to
her, she was drunk.
Oh, okay.
That's what Sammy said. Is Sammy your fucking cousin?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I asked them, I was like, did you guys know her? Like, were you guys friends with her? But they had no type of connection with her whatsoever.
So your mystery cousins who don't know her whatsoever, don't have any association with her, just watched her the whole time, knew exactly what she was wearing, when she was leaving, knew that she was drunk and wasted and probably doing coke and being a fucking raging crazy person. No. There's 2 people for show that's full of shit. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all are watching this, which you probably are on your little social media fucking app, being like, I wonder what everyone's saying. The cops already know. You're fucked. You're fucked.
Yep.
You're gonna be busted. Y'all sloppy as fuck. And I'm glad.
The French missionaries and explorers were coming here as early as the late 60s to trade with the Native Americans. In fact, isn't Milwaukee an Indian name?
Yeah, I want to know who that guy is anyway, myself personally. So, I'm gonna do quite a bit more digging on this, just so you guys know.
Okay, look, they did not see her leave. They left at 10:30. Everything else has been known for her to be staying later.
I said your cousins left and you still seen her there, right?
No, they did not see her when they left.
That's what the fuck you said,
Oh,
bro.
all right, let's chill. Let's chill, man. Let's chill.
Oh my god.
Let's chill. Oh my god. Hey, what's up, Dick and Mel? Welcome back to the channel. And a lot of people were asking for me to like clip this phone call today where Ryan Upchurch called in and Ronnie called in, and they got to discuss the whole situation with a phone call. If you haven't seen the phone call video, I plugged that down below. If you haven't seen today's live stream, I'll plug that down below. If you haven't seen Ryan Upchurch's videos, the 2 of them, or 3 of them now, I think, I'll plug the channel down below. And I guess let's get started with it. I do believe Ronnie, I'm like in this position because he called into my show, and I appreciate him calling in, just like I appreciate Ryan calling in. And with Ronnie, you know, I had spoken to him multiple times. He's, you know, we've seen his Instagram, we've seen some of his family. He's gone out to the rec center in person. He said that his cousins have spoken to law enforcement. So yeah, like I didn't know that this was gonna snowball into what it snowballed into. And so, but today we're live streaming, and Ryan called in, and he was talking about it, and then Ryan was like, you know what, I'll call in and for everybody to talk about it. And so this is that conversation that happened today. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and yeah. And well, one other thing, while I am for like people having conversations and disagreeing and all that.
See, I haven't heard this yet, but I'm sure that what this is going to be is that Ryan confronts this guy, and it should be kind of interesting. So
I don't agree with like the name calling, or he like called Ronnie bitch ass and like all his different things. That I wasn't kind of cool with. I feel like we still could have had the conversation without all that. Well, from the video and from the live stream, but the conversation happened nonetheless. So you guys comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and yeah.
Yo.
Hey, how you doing? Who's this?
What's up, Church, bro?
Oh shit, it's Ryan. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Thank you for calling.
Pretty good. Look, I just want to say this. Everybody say human trafficking. I want to say this. How'd nobody see it, bro? Let's be real.
How do you see what?
Like everybody's saying, like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, human trafficking."
Yeah.
What is the evidence of this human trafficking? If that's the case, why didn't anyone else get trafficked?
Yeah,
If the
why
chick
only
was going
one girl?
back to her car with her over and over, if somebody was plotting and watching in the woods, why wouldn't they still?
Okay, there was 5 girls with blonde hair, 16-year-old skinny little blonde girls. Okay, why did they take one? That one specifically.
Both of them instead of just.
No, yeah, we're gonna get into that too, Star. Not tonight, but I'm gonna do it. I gotta do a little research on it for sure. I absolutely like that. I was gonna bring it up to everybody, but this really drew my attention pretty hard after I researched it a little bit, and it just has me locked in, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, but we will definitely do that, Star.
One of them.
Right.
Especially if how'd that person get there to do that? Will they do leave their car there and take her car and leave their car there? No, dude. And I see everybody like,
dropped off.
"Oh, this guy, he's so crazy." I see y'all in the comments. That's fine. But what am I pointing out that is not blatantly obvious? Everybody's like, "Yeah, Ryan's crazy. Leave the Ronnie guy alone." The fucking Ronnie guy called and said that he had 2 cousins there, fool. That watched her all night. What you mean? Like, oh, you're acting crazy. All right, motherfucker. Well, if some 30-something-year-old dude calls and says, "Oh yeah, I had 2 cousins there that was watching her all night, seeing what she was wearing and when she left and how drunk she was," you mean to tell me you ain't gonna ask questions? Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I don't blame it. Like a lot of things that you were saying, like I've seen that in the chat. I do feel bad for the guy because I've had quite a few conversations with him, and he seemed like genuine to me and open. But like the things that you're questioning and saying, I've seen a lot of that too. I mean, even like literally like the call after was something like that.
Also, bro, think about even before that. Take all that away from everything. Why did this person put themselves in the position to call you to give you information, like set in information, and now they're like, "Oh wait, no, I don't want to talk." Yeah, that's because their information was bullshit.
I don't think it is, man.
And that's fine, Star. And of course, you're gonna know about it because you're gonna help me with it, sweetheart. Just so you know.
What information? Like what information? What part?
So I believe that he did have some cousins there or somebody there at that party. That like the details that he gave.
Oh no, that part's true.
Yeah, but you think it's him though? You think he was actually at the party? Is that what I'm getting?
No, I'm saying if he. I'm saying he knows something. Like what is stopping him from being like, "Yo, okay, well, the whole I can't say their name." It's like, why not, bro? Why? Like, don't you know, like, bro? He has to know since he said that on this interview that law enforcement is definitely going to be in contact with him.
Right. I know the reporter got in contact with him. Yeah, the reporter got in contact with him. He said in a comment, let me just read it to you real quick. He said, LE knows my cousins. That's good enough. He said, I spoke with police face to face. He said, this was just the comments he was talking about in the chat. And he says his cousin spoke to them. So I don't know how we would even be able to verify that. Ronnie wants to be added to the call. Can we talk together? You want me to add Ronnie? Can we all talk together at three-way? I can add him. Want to do that? All right, let's see. Ronnie, let's see what Ronnie has to say too. Hold on. What's his number? I think it's the. All right, let's get everybody here. Okay. I guess I'll have to call you and add you. Can you call in, Ronnie, and then I'll add you to the. I don't want to go to too many different screens and mess something up.
This is not helping find Kylie. What are you talking about? He knows two people that was there, fool. What are you talking about?
Ronnie, call in if you can to the number so I can just add you in. If not, I'm going to have to like make a new outbound call and then merge you in. I don't want to lose Ryan. Call in 954-787-3009.
Chat, I love you guys, but this is not attacking somebody. They are telling us that they have information of people there, dude.
So listen, I think it's an important conversation. I mean, the news was even, they had made some post about it or whatever, about the call. And so either way, you feel like it is an important conversation. I don't think like this guy like has the answers or the cousins have the answers. It is important, I think, at least for the cops to talk to them or whatever. Somebody said this, Tripod said with up church, this is super sus.
If the police, bro, if the police knew about that information and it was secret information that would lead to something better and knowing something, then he would not have been allowed to be on a YouTube channel talking about it, bro.
All right, I'm gonna move him in now. I think I got him here. Let's see if he can talk. Let's see. Ronnie, are you there? Can you hear all of us?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, what's up?
Ryan, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, good. All right, cool. So let's just start, Ronnie.
So what's the problem?
So do you want to ask him some of your thoughts, or like, so your cousins were there at this thing? Go ahead.
How did your cousins that didn't know her see her all night?
They didn't see her all night.
Well, they seen her getting fucked up.
No, they didn't see her getting there. They didn't. The only thing they said when I asked them, they just said, yes, we saw her. She was drunk when we saw her. She talked to a group of guys or something, like walked to a group and was like walking back and forth. But everyone was like walking back and forth. They saw her walking back and forth. That was it. Then they did their own thing. They didn't think of to pay attention. There was other people there drunk too, but they noticed her because of the pictures that came out online, all that stuff. It's like people were asking me, like, how did you know she was in a bodysuit? They already talked to police before me. Like, I didn't have nothing to do with that. And when they came back to me, they told me, well, we gave them our information. They didn't treat it as anything viable. They told us there was nothing for them to go on. It was nothing for them. Like, it wasn't important. There was nothing there for them to go on, especially because they didn't see her at a critical time. They didn't see her later on. So I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, I guess I can talk about it a little bit. And I asked them if it was okay if I talk about it. And they were like, yeah, it's fine. Just don't say our names. And I was like, okay.
Did they mention anything about the white sweaters? The white hoodie? Did they say anything about that? Or?
No, but that's why, no, there was nothing about no white sweater. I didn't hear anything about a white sweater. Like, I don't know Kylie at all. I thought it would be cool to like give a little bit of information on what it's like out here. Like, I'm from the area. I used to party out here, like a lot. Like, I partied at Foster in 2012 and 2016. It wasn't as many people as was this freaking party. I haven't been a party that big, but a lot of the stuff there was like, huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29 right now. In 2012, I was what, 23? I'm trying to just.
So, question: how you know about all these girls that like to go there and like do coke and shit?
Okay. Like I said, when I went to Prosser, back in 2012, and mind you, this was a year after I got out of the military, so around 2011. And so when I went to those parties, I started doing coke myself, and I couldn't get it for myself. I had older dudes I knew that were like 6, 7 years older than me that would give it to me, and I wasn't the only one they would give it to. They would give it to a bunch of other people. So it was like I was in the younger crowd being assisted by the older crowd for giving drugs. That type of stuff. And so I used to do shrooms. I used to hang out with clampers. If you know who clampers are, I don't know if you know who clampers are, but they're like,
okay, so you know the Sammy girl?
No, I don't know her. I don't know.
So your cousin?
I don't. No, they don't know. They don't know any. They went with their other friends from Sierra College. They don't know Sammy. They don't know Kylie. They don't know Jagger. They don't know none of them kids. None of them. They got. When I asked them how they knew about what.
So if your cousin's like seen her doing drugs and like drinking or whatever, and everybody's drinking and shit.
No, they didn't see her doing. They didn't see her doing drugs. They didn't see her drinking. They saw her and she looked like she was drunk.
No. You said your cousin seen her all fucked up.
Yes, I just said that they seen her drunk. That doesn't mean they seen her drinking. Like
what?
They didn't see her. They didn't see. What? You said what?
Drink.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Say it again. You're cutting out.
You have to drink to get drunk.
Yes, but that okay. If they see someone or stumbling around, okay, yeah, they must be drunk. That doesn't mean I'm seeing them sitting down and starting to participate and keeping it going. Like that's how they told me that they saw her. They saw her like that. They didn't see her do coke. They didn't see her do shrooms, but those drugs were there. That doesn't mean they saw them do that stuff.
So you're.
I'm starting to get to the point with this whole thing where I think the cousins are full of shit. Either the cousins are involved in it somehow, or they just wanted to try to be internet famous for a day and said that they saw her because they were there. That's what I'm starting to think this is. A bunch of bullshit, personally. Sorry.
Cousins, when they were leaving, they seen her sit there just like the Sammy girl, right?
No, like they left. They didn't pay attention to her leave. They left. And so, obviously, I don't know. Like they just left. They left at 10:30. That doesn't mean like.
That's not what you said.
What are you saying? You're trying to tell me that.
That's not what you said.
Are you trying to tell me that my cousin saw her there when they were leaving?
You said he did.
Okay, look. They did not see her leave. They left at 10:30. Everything else has been known for her to be staying later.
I said your cousin left and you still seen her there, right?
No, they did not see her when they left.
That's what the fuck you said,
bro. All right, let's chill. Let's chill, man. Let's chill.
Oh my god.
Let's chill. Oh my god.
Dude, if I say something like, "Oh, my cousins left and she was still there," because everyone knows she stayed there.
Who's everyone?
All the reports, including her friends. She stayed later. Ridiculous. Everyone knew that already. She obviously, she stayed till like what, 12:30? Those reports were already out. Like, why am I getting ringed over? Like, she was.
Oh no, look, man, there's just some stuff that doesn't set good with me. And everybody in the comments is like, well, why are you getting so mad? Because I have a sister that's Kylie's age. All right.
Okay, bro, I understand, dude. I have 3 girls. Like, and here's the other thing that you're saying that did kind of bother me. I'm not trying to argue or anything, but you're saying like, well, why is he laughing about it? I'm not sitting here laughing like I think something fucking funny. Like, I don't go like you can act like Mel. You've never spoken to me on your like publicly or like on your page like this before, and I haven't been out in like this type of setting to where there's like thousands of people listening to something. Like I'm just nervous, dude. Like it's not like I'm laughing. I think shit is fucking funny. I don't think it's fucking funny. I don't, but at least I can shed light on what type of fucking parties happen out here, especially because I participated in them. Like, and I'm not gonna sit and say, oh, I'm proud. I used to do fucking coke. I'm not proud. I have 3 girls. I'm not fucking proud of it. But I do know what type of dudes are out here and what parties, because I've been at hella parties where there's hella older people there. Like that's just realistic. I'm just being realistic, especially because I'm from the area. If I was like fucking in like Texas and I was speaking for Cali, I don't think I'd be able to hold weight at all. But I'm literally like right next to the fucking area. I know hella people out here who can vouch for me and shit. I've been to so many damn parties out here, and I think it's terrible what fucking happened to her. Like I'm not, but I'm just speaking from experience.
As somebody who's from there, can I ask you some questions? Like just out of curiosity. Okay, how do you think, as a local, what do you think happened? How do you think she magically like disappeared? Like seeing so many people during.
I don't think she magically disappeared. I don't.
What's that?
In my true opinion, based off, like, here's the thing. Nobody really has gone missing around here. That's how it happened. People have overdosed, been stabbed over drug dealings and all that, but based off this, like, unique situation where, like, the party was so fucking big, and it was out at Prosser Campground, where, and when you go to party there, you go on a dirt road, and there's, like, a clearing where people party, and the cops won't really necessarily hear that. So when I went years back, like, the cops never came for us either. But I think because there were so many people there, I think someone fucking did something to her. I think someone took her. To be honest,
somebody at the party that was there done something. Maybe it was an accident.
I think it was either an accident, an OD because of drugs there, or there was actually a dude who took advantage because there was hella fucking people there, and it's hard to keep track of everybody there. Someone fucking took an opportunity and fucking did something. That's my opinion.
Because she was so drunk.
Do you think anybody that has been shown and stepped up, do you think they know?
That's hard because I don't like putting things on people like just off them talking, because I feel like if someone hasn't been interviewed before, like, you know, like coaching or something, if someone's speaking for the first time, like I don't think Sammy's done interviews before this, obviously. So I think obviously she might say things and make a mistake and all that. But I don't necessarily agree with everything she said, but I can't necessarily see that she's guilty. I do think someone else, I think an older dude did it. I think there was an older guy there. I think there was probably older dudes there, and she got taken. That is my opinion, because there's so many back roads, there's so many back roads you can take there, and you can head off towards Tahoe, and they have like Airbnb houses where people like rent out, but a lot of empty houses.
So with everything that's being said, we can go with one theory that she was drunk and somebody approached her and said, "I'll drive you home. I'm not drunk. Let's go." Took her off in the woods somewhere, did what they wanted with her, and unfortunately probably hurt her. Took off with the car and ditched it somewhere. If it's not in that lake, like he said, there's all these dirt roads and side roads and shit. And there's that. Or somebody forcefully took her in her car because she was drunk, or tried to help her, pretend like they were helping her, and did the same scenario. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or if there was all these older guys there, that it was a trafficking situation, possibly.
And shit. And there's hella places to stash. That's what I think happened.
Why do you think her phone pings there and her car is elsewhere? Where do you think the car went?
Well, here's my honest opinion. Because I feel like, because I heard references saying, like, people, I just forgot where it was. I think it was on Facebook, but people said she had an iPhone, right? I think if she had the latest update on an iPhone, you're allowed to track an iPhone when it's off. Like, you can track it when it's off. The only time I don't think you can track it is if it's smashed or it's underwater. So that's why I think someone smashed up her phone, probably tossed it in the water, and took off with her. That's what I really do believe happened. Because out in Prosser, there's not a whole lot of way to drive. If someone was just going to stash her car off in like a clearing or in the woods, I think they would have found it by now. So I think the car's in like a garage.
Like, that's what makes me suspicious. And you have to understand, I mean, dude, look at the chat. This is why nothing gets fucking said. Because this is why nothing. Yeah. Everybody wants to be this guy. No.
Yeah.
To me, this guy on the phone said something that sounded fucking out of place. And yeah, it did sound out of place to a lot of people. He said he had cousins. He didn't say who the fucking cousins were. He said that they seen her doing all this shit. So, I mean, hello. I mean, I'm going to ask you, what is your name again?
Ronnie.
Ronnie, okay, do you think at least what you said was a little bit fucking like weird? I do. If you don't,
I would. Okay, no, I honestly would be like, well, how does he have this much information? But I literally told you why. Like I've been in this area for over 20 years.
Exactly. Like now we're getting to talk because see, I'm seeing these motherfuckers over here, you know, automatically take up for Ronnie. And look, that's cool if you want to do that, but you can't take up for someone you don't know. They have to explain.
No, I get you. I completely understand. I get
no,
you.
I'm not talking to chat. Like this is just real shit. Like, you know, you can't sit here and turn motherfuckers against each other. Yes, I had a question for him. I didn't believe some shit he was saying. He's here, you know, tell us now. We're having a civil conversation.
Yeah, we're having a conversation. That's the
yeah.
That's the point of it. I mean, we had the opportunity to bring everybody together. It started out a little rough, but at least we can get everybody here and just talk about it.
Yeah, I honestly appreciate the conversation, but one thing I do want to get straight is that I was not at no damn party. I've already put out a lot of information already. If that's the case, I would have already fucking been taken in. Like I'm not hiding from anything. Huh?
On my opinion, go back and listen to how you said it. You were talking like you were there.
I understand what you're saying, and like I understand what you're saying. I was trying to give a perspective for people to understand. That's all I was trying to do. If it came off wrong, my bad, but that's all I was trying to do is get people to understand like this shit around here, even though it's fucked up, these parties happen. These parties happen all the time. All the time. And this was being broadcasted because something really fucked up happened. But there's so many fucking parties where older dudes are there and they shouldn't fucking be there. You know what I mean? And it's just sad now that it has to be spotlighted now. People are like, oh, this is fucked up. Yeah, it's been fucked up. It's been fucked up.
Now, the other situation, you guys, so if we're going to go with what they're talking about, great. I think, I don't know if you guys know when I say this, I don't know if you guys are going to know what I'm meaning. I think that this is a Mean Girls case. That's exactly what I think this is. I think it's a Mean Girls situation, period. Does anybody know what I mean by that? You guys are talking about something else. I'll let that finish up then.
Well, shit, any kids that are listening that go to these parties, y'all need to squad up. And if y'all see somebody being weird to a girl, y'all should knock that motherfucker out. I'm getting out of here.
But like, but it's just like I told Mel. What was it like? I went to a party. I don't remember when the fuck it was. I think it was like 2015, and it was all the homies there and all that. And a dude showed up. It was a house party. He showed up there. He was like 40-something years old, hella sketched, and he got his ass beat. Out of fucking
yeah, that call, Ryan. Like, I told you that call. We had several conversations on live stream, and so that snippet that I did, the 18 minutes, just for people that aren't going to sit 2-3 hours. But he did explain like like his whole background, and he lives in the area, and like he's a local, and it's kind of like he used to go party himself when he was younger. And so people seeing that 18-minute clip, they might not get the whole context of like his whole background and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I do understand.
I'm going off what I heard. And see, this that's why I said that. This reminds me of another case that I kind of follow a little bit too. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it. It was a Skylar niece. She went missing. It's kind of the same situation. That's what this reminds me of.
But props to this guy for having a clean channel, and props to this dude for.
All right, now let me see something here. Right. Thank you, Fuba.
All right, y'all. So check this out. I actually just got my deposit, which is crazy. $30,000. It's
Go live. Let's see. Go live. Okay. How's it looking for you guys? Welcome back. Sorry about all the freak. Make sure I can see you guys in the chat. And thank you guys for coming back. I'm sorry about all the issues when we started this stream.
Come on, get into it.
whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and
So, at what point did Kylie put on this white sweatshirt? She's loaned all these sweaters throughout the day, and nobody sees her, nobody mentions, oh yeah, she was wearing this. I saw, besides the person that reported the video, I guess, or the video surveillance. Because that would be like really key important information. So was it after Sammy left that somebody gave her the sweater? Charges the phone. Kylie arrives at 10. The other girl's there like at 9 or something.
Yeah, I want you guys to see this.
They charge the phone together. Text them all about extending curfew.
The timeline. That's what I want you guys to see. That way you guys have an idea of how everything went, because that's not something that we touch base on. 1 second. One second, guys. All right, where is it at? Hold on a minute, please, everybody. All right, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I looked at this earlier. It gives you a little bit more insight and kind of a bit of a the timeline doesn't add up. That's the thing I'm saying. Excuse me. All right, I think this is the one that does it. 1 second, y'all.
Welcome to the wedding festivities. This is Lord of the Manor, Walter DeVille.
Hi.
Hi.
Did I mention he's hot?
I wasn't expecting you.
I didn't expect you either.
Okay.
Starts right now.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to ditch these for a quick second. Welcome back. My name is...
All right. Absolutely, Fupa. That's exactly what I'm going, where I'm going. Everything I looked at, it takes me right to that Mean Girls vibe for sure. That's why I want you guys to see the timeline. I'm not trying to force this down your guys' throat. If you guys aren't into this, please let me know. I won't include you guys in it. I'll just do it, what I'm doing with it on my own. I thought, that you guys would be interested in, because like I said, I do the other true crime stuff.
To Life, where we are talking all things true crime. I guess I can't ditch these because now it's coming through my laptop and then there's going to be an echo. So I guess I'll just have the echo in my ear. Oh well. I hope you guys are all doing well today. We are looking to get some updates today in the case of obviously Kylie Rodney. And I have a lot of questions still. So that's why I decided to start this a little bit early, because I have my list of questions here. After I was going through that timeline a bit more, I was like, this still isn't making sense. This isn't adding up. So we're going to talk through it. Before we get started, first of all, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for your support of the channel. I do quickly want to address what happened last night. Some of you may have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's okay. I'm going to say it anyway. So last night, as I was in the car with my husband on our way out for much needed date night, I heard the police audio that was released regarding that a car had potentially been found, like the VINs and the plates were switched, but Kylie was in the car and there was somebody with her acting erratically, and then it was rumored to be Jagger, that they were in front of a gated community, this whole thing. And it all unraveled very, very quickly. So, of course, you guys are always requesting updates, and I want to give you guys updates as soon as I know them, and of course, you know, share good news. So I heard this audio myself through another channel, and I jumped on a quick live, just, you know, on my phone in the car. I tried to make a concerted effort throughout
What's up,
the
Terry?
10-minute live that I did, that I said unconfirmed multiple times. Apparently it wasn't enough, and that's my fault, because shortly after I ended that live stream, it was confirmed that it was not true. So as soon as I heard that, I removed the live and I put an update up on Facebook, on my community tab on YouTube, trying to just like let everybody know, hey, it's not confirmed, that's why I took it down, sorry, jumped the gun. Now, many of you guys who saw agreed that, you know, it was clear that it was unconfirmed, but in any event, it wasn't the right thing to do because it wasn't confirmed yet, and it wasn't about trying to jump the gun or anything. I just wanted to share positive news, but I know I need to wait. And so I just wanted to publicly address that here, that as of now, unfortunately, Kylie has not been found. Her vehicle has not been recovered that we know of. There is no proof of involvement of any of the friends or any of that. So I just want to start this video that way. And you can read more about that on, you know, my Facebook or my community tab on here. Let me just adjust this really quick. Okay, so now that we have addressed that, let's talk about today. We don't know what's going to come out of the press conference today. We know that they have been having them every day, regardless of not having a lot of information. And I, like I said yesterday, believe that that's due because there's such a high level of public interest that they are trying to keep everybody apprised of what's going on, and to also let everybody know that they are still investigating as diligently as possible. I'm hopeful that we will have updates today. But I want to go through some questions I have before they start speaking and get your thoughts on this. So please let me know in the chat. And if there is a question I have that maybe there's already an answer to that I've overlooked, let me know. And so I want to start by saying this, where we're at now with the case. So they've put approximately 5,000 man hours into this. They are searching by aerial footage, on ground, dogs, dive teams, everything, the works. Investigators have collected apparently tons of information and tons of video, which is great. They've collected video from gas stations, restaurants, local stores, businesses, homeowners, and video from people at that party. So they are finally getting information. It's just now taking them a long time to sift through all of it and see if there's anything that actually means anything through all of that. There also is a statement that they had made saying we've done a really good job of trying to collect as much of the video at the party as possible. And of course, it's taking time to review. They also said that they have had search teams scour the route that she would have driven home, and they used helicopters to do that. They used dirt bikes to do that, patrol vehicles and other vehicles, but they still have not found any sign of Kylie or any sign of indicating a wreck of any sort. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. There's no debris anywhere. If she had crashed, there's no pieces of plastic of the car, of the tire. There's no skid marks. They haven't found anything. But I do think, well, I'll get there in a second. So they also say at this point, we do have a point last seen, and we're expanding beyond that point last seen in a systematic way that hopefully is capturing right-of-ways and things that would make sense for somebody who is leaving that area. So trying to retrace her steps of sorts. And this is what I thought was interesting, this quote, and I'm just going to say it, even though many of you guys, I'm sure, have heard it. The lieutenant says, we're trying to find out exactly what happened, and at this point, we believe that someone knows, someone saw her, but they are not coming forward, saying they know what had happened to her.
Yep.
Which means, in my opinion, and I could be overthinking this, if they think that she was in a car accident or drove into water because she was drinking and driving, how would somebody know that? So the fact that they're saying we do think that somebody knows what happened and isn't coming forward makes, in my mind, kind of takes that off the table. That's just where my mind goes, because if she left on her own, got into a car accident, how would anyone know that, right? And again, maybe I'm just like trying to find answers and see what's going on, but I don't know, something. So now I want to go into my questions here. And again, like a broken record, I have all of that open for all of the different places where this gets streamed in just a few minutes. But it seems like every day they're switching up where they broadcast the stream. So if you see it before I see it, let me know. But I have all my tabs going, so I'm going to hear it. But let me know. Okay, so let me go into some of these questions I had. As I was analyzing the timeline a bit further and just going back to the press conferences and what they were saying, we know that they're making a very big deal about the necklaces now. I just kind of started thinking through things a bit more. So they had made a point to say that they want people to be on the lookout for those necklaces and that if anybody sees them or comes across them, to please let them know. And what's interesting about that is it is such a specific thing to be looking for. They're not asking about her belt. They're not asking about the keys. They aren't even asking about the bodysuit, even
Just
though I'm
the
sure that would be
necklaces.
implied at all, because she was last seen wearing that.
Exactly.
But something she
Bye-bye.
wasn't last seen wearing or in possession, like the hoodie, were the necklaces. Because if you look at that surveillance footage, she's not wearing those necklaces in that. Could she have put them on later and a friend maybe said she was wearing them? Sure, absolutely. But when they say that they are trying to look for those, and where my mind went, just looking at the images, and it's tough to tell, obviously, because I can't see them in person, but I like to consider myself savvy with jewelry. They don't look very valuable. So although I know they are checking pawn shops, I can't imagine that if somebody came across these, they would pawn them. It looks like a regular roped gold chain, probably plated.
What's up,
Nothing of any
Bowser
true
G?
value. Maybe her smaller ones hold value. It's hard to see the actual charm.
There's that 16-year-old girl that went missing in California. The case caught my attention, and I can't let go of it, bro. You know, I like my true crime shit, so I'm kind of covering it right now. Everybody seems interested in it, so that's what we're doing. What's going on, bro? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Arm on it, so maybe it has a stone. I don't know. But what I was thinking more of was that if, hypothetically, if this was something, not an abduction, but something where peers or friends or something were involved, do they expect somebody to be wearing those necklaces? And they're asking people to be on the lookout if you see another female wearing these. Just a thought. Just a thought. And I'm not trying to, again, be super conspiracy theory here. It's just they don't look valuable. So I can't imagine they would think that somebody would pawn them. And for them to say, be on the lookout for these necklaces, it's something is weird about how significant that is. And let me know.
Because I think that those necklaces have some type of a backstory to them that may have something to do with the reason why she's not with us anymore. Or the reason why she's missing. That's what I think those necklaces are so important for. Have a good night, Edward. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your random information of the day, sir. I will see you sometime tomorrow, brother.
Know what you guys think in the comments. Now, let me go into the timeline a little bit here. So, and we only have a few minutes. So I'm going to try to go quick, and then we'll come back to it after.
Good to see you too, bro. Good to see you too, for real.
So we know that they get to the party approximately around 10 p.m., right? And her friend Mags says that she left with her boyfriend about 10 minutes after, meaning that if they arrived at 10, she would have left at approximately 10:15. And I put 10:15 on my notes just because I'm trying to give, like, you know, I want to be.
Now, this is the timeline, you guys. Pay attention because it's off, for real. Completely off.
Conservative and give a little bit of a buffer, a couple of minutes, just in case it was like 10:03 and, you know, whatever. So let's just say that they would have had to be out roughly, or they would have left roughly at 10:15. So my question is, have any of the other friends besides Sammy spoken out who were supposed to have been in that car charging their phones? Because is there any proof that they were in fact in that car at 11 o'clock charging their phones? Could something have happened either before the 11 o'clock car charging incident or even after. Now, we know, according to Jagger, that Kylie texted him at 10:30, or a text came from her phone, but I believe it was Kylie. I could be wrong, but it's just, I don't know. I believe it was. So that would still keep her there through 10:30, but have any of the friends spoken out that were in that car as well? Let me know. Someone tell me in the comments, because
Monique hated the way clothes fit due to her muffin top and back bra roll, so she went to Sonobello. One visit.
Sorry, y'all.
Because I haven't seen any friends except Mags and Sammy speak out. So is there confirmation that they were in fact in the car charging their phones? And I'm going to come back to this also in a second here. For that text that was sent at 11:30 to her mom, is there proof that she sent the text message? Could it possibly be from somebody else, maybe setting the stage, buying time,
Right, Poopa.
knowing they needed an extension for something, or maybe it really was Kylie and she needed more, not because she wanted to stay at the party, but she felt like she needed to sober up. I don't know. So a couple of questions there. Then, oh, of course, great. This didn't print, so hold on. Let me pull it up on my phone. Don't you just love when that happens? Okay, let me print this. Great, I deleted.
Did you look it up on where did you do it on Facebook, Poopa? Or did you just hear that? I got you, bro. That's all I do, brother. I live for this shit. Did anybody catch the Sammy or Mag's last name by chance?
So then my next question here is, has there been any confirmation, aside from Sammy, that Kylie ever got back out of that car after charging the phones at 11? Because again, have any of the other friends confirmed that story true? Did they confirm that they were charging their phones too? And did they confirm they all left together after the text message around 11:30? Let me know in the comments really quick. Just say yes or no so I can see it come quickly through. Because I haven't seen any confirmation of that, but maybe I missed it. And then I'll move on to my next part.
Thank you, Poopa.
No. Okay. So then we know, according to Sammy, that Sammy and Kylie split after getting out of this car. So let's just assume that there were other people in the car with them. They were charging their phones. All of that is true. Let's assume that, even though nobody else has stated that they were a part of that. According to Sammy, they then get out of the car.
I agree with you on
and
that
they
one,
immediately
Bowser, for
split
real.
up. So where did the other friends go who were in the car? Did they go with Sammy? Did they go with Kylie? Or did they break off on their own? And again, why, if there were other friends in the car, why is nobody sharing that detail? Saying, yes, we got out of the car around this time. We all split up. I have not heard anything about that. So, one piece there. Oh, and then that kind of ties in my question here. Has anybody besides Sammy verified seeing Kylie between when Mags left at 10:15 and when Kylie sent that text to Jagger at 10:30, or when she left Sammy at 12:30 or 12:25, I'm sorry, when Sammy told her she found a new ride home? Has anybody else seen her in that, hour and a half period? Because nobody that I've seen has said so.
Right.
Now, how a party with 250 to 300 people, not one single person besides Sammy could say that they had seen her in 90 minutes.
That was my
yet
point earlier.
Sammy wasn't with her for the whole party and she is the last known person. I don't know. Something is weird here. So talking about that, I'm trying to keep an eye on the clock here.
Well, don't forget, according to Sammy left 10 minutes after she got to the party, remember? So she wasn't even with her for the party. She got there, was there for 10 minutes, and left with her boyfriend. Conveniently. Not Sammy, Mags. I'm sorry, Mags.
When Kylie called Sammy at 12:36, I want to know if they have looked into this, and I'm sure they have, where the cell phone data was pinging for Sammy's phone and for Kylie's phone. Were they two cell towers that were far apart? Was it the same cell tower, or were they cell towers close together? Because I can't help but wonder, since the phone was off at 12:33, the call was made at 12:36, and I know it's so close, so there's some discrepancy there. Maybe the call started at 12:33 and then ended at 12:36 or whatever. But if the pings are in close proximity, and Sammy is not far on her way home down 89, like she said.
Have a great night, Pam. We love you,
Is
hon.
it possible
See you tomorrow.
for somebody to have basically had two phones in their hands, made a call, then as soon as the call is logged, turn the other phone off?
Yeah.
We've seen it before. So I'm just saying that, just throwing that out. And I'm not saying Sammy did that. I'm just saying in general. Guys. And I do believe she was at the party, 100%. Let me just go back.
Agreed,
I saw a
brother.
comment there.
Agreed.
I do
It was
believe
very
that
sad.
she was at the party. But I'm wondering, has anybody seen her since Mags left? Has anybody else besides Sammy accounted for her from 10:15 p.m. to 12:36 p.m.? Anybody else? I'll take one person out of the 300. Anybody else? All right, hold on. We're getting close here, so let me just kind of peek over here. And then trust me, I have a laundry list still going. Okay, not yet there. Not yet there.
Again, guys, please.
Not yet there. I'm checking everywhere.
If you're enjoying this, please hit the like button. Of course, as always. And please, if you can, to help out, please donate to help support me in the channel. I really appreciate you guys for that. Really do. Very much appreciated right now.
Okay, we still have a few minutes. So what I'm trying to get by that, and I know I've kind of jumped across, but basically what I'm trying to say is, like, we know that Kylie got to the party at approximately 10 p.m. with Mags. Mags says she and her boyfriend left shortly after, about 10 minutes. So how did not a single other person besides Sammy see Kylie in that full 2.5 hour window that they were at this party? Especially when for the whole back half of the party, she and Sammy split and weren't even together. It was Kylie alone next to a tree by herself in the dark the whole time.
And why did they split, guys? That's the other thing. That's their best friends. If you guys are going to a party with your best friend, what are you going to do at that party with your best friend? You're going to hang with your best friend, right or wrong. You're going to stick with your best friend. Okay? If me and Popper went to a party together and we're drinking and we're this and that, we went together and we're hanging out, I'm not going to go to one side of the party and he's going to go to another side of the party and we ain't going to see each other for 3 hours. That ain't going to work that way, bro. We're going to hang for the whole fucking party. That's how that works. So that right there in itself is wrong. That's off, period.
It does not make sense.
You're good, Black. Don't worry about it, Black Skull.
All right.
Welcome back, brother.
I have so many other questions, guys, but I feel like if I start one of these bullets, I'm going to go off on a tangent and then we're going to miss the start of this. So let me just hang tight here. All right, let me go back here.
The Kanika Jenkins. Yeah, I remember that, Poopa. And here's another thing. Teenage girls, 16-year-old girls, they do not hang out by themselves at a party. I'm not a teenager anymore, but it ain't changed that much, you guys. There's no way in hell, unless they're at odds or they don't like each other or they're fighting or there's something like that. They're still not going to be by themselves. They're going to be with a group of people. That's why this is bullshit.
And again, if you guys see it pop up before me somewhere else, let me know. I don't have Twitter. Oh, here we go. I found it. Wow, that was painless today. Okay. Hold on, let me.
Exactly, Bowser. And girls especially, nothing against you guys, you ladies. I'm just saying.
Getting better. We are getting better.
Girls just do that. Period, you guys. You know that. Yeah, see, that's fucked up, Fupa. I remember that one. That was just fucked up. Right. See, it ain't nothing changed, Bowser. Okay, we're about to these people who you can't ever hear. See, this case got me hard, guys. This one's fucked up. I got a 16-year-old kid, and I'd be all over this shit. Sorry. Come on, speak. And speak loud so we can hear you. Yeah, Black Skull it is, bro.
Good afternoon. My name is Angela Musalam. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Placer County Sheriff's Office. I'd first like to begin by thanking the Rodney Neiman family for being here.
Volume's up, guys. So turn your volume up.
As you all know, we continue to have local, regional, state, and federal agencies assisting us in the search for Kylie Rodney. This is day 6 of the search, and to date, we have dedicated over 9,000 hours, and over 900 tips have been received related to the search for Kylie.
100% Rumble.
To mention that the Tahoe trucking community has been extremely helpful to us during our search and our investigation. But we'd like to encourage everybody to please continue to notify the Sheriff's Office anytime you feel like you have a tip.
Well, so now I understand that you're a woman now, so that's good to know. But yeah, see, and girls are mean. I'm telling you, ladies, girls are mean.
And possibly teens from coming forward with information that could help us locate Kylie.
Go backwards. Think about it. The whole fucking Slender Man scenario, that whole case that went on over there in Wisconsin, a mean girl situation. I mean, there's a lot of it that goes on, you guys. A lot of it. Yeah, you're right. The dark hair. That's what I was pulling attention to the earlier, Black. That dark-haired friend was scared as fuck in that interview, that first one. I'm going to take you guys back to that and show you that again, because that girl was, you could tell she was scared. And I showed you the other one, the Mags girl, whatever, she was lying out of her ass. Boy, she kept looking to the left. She would never look up. She wouldn't look at the camera or at the interviewer. She kept looking over to the left and looking down. And these girls showed no fucking, listen, I'm a guy, okay? Again, I'm going to use, sorry, Popper. I'm going to use Popper, but if he goes missing and I'm doing an interview talking about him, I'm not going to be all dry-eyed and like super fucking calm and relaxed and snicker here or there. I'm going to be upset, visibly fucking upset. None of them are upset, you guys. None of these girls have been shown any kind of fucking like emotions of being upset. So none of this shit is right.
So we'd like to remind everybody again, our interest is in not arresting any individuals, prosecuting any individuals.
Right, exactly, Bowser.
Holding them accountable for any underage drinking or illicit drug activity that did occur, that we know occurred at the Foster Family Campground Friday evening.
Yeah.
Our sole purpose in this investigation and search is to bring Kylie home to her family. And we need.
I already have an idea. I know how this one's going to end. For real, guys.
We're here to support the community. As we mentioned earlier, we have set up an online.
I'm glad you said that, Robin, because that's pretty much the way to put it. Because girls can be very fucking mean.
Lead us to Kylie. That
No offense to
service,
any of you ladies. I love you all to death.
is
You know that.
Anonymous. You don't have to enter your phone number and you don't have to enter your email address or your name. This is a strictly confidential, anonymous.
And also, you guys,
way for us to
the way that this Sammy girl took charge of this bullshit, okay, and threw herself up in front of this, like it's like she wants the information first. Did you hear how she was saying that? Give me the information. I want the information first. So she can, it's almost like so she can sort through it and find out who knows what and who don't know. Leave your kids here, guys. Or she's telling parents, leave your kids here. Go far, far away so they can't see you and you can't see them. What the fuck? That is way fucked up. Come to me. I'm the one taking the information. Don't go to nobody else. Come to me. Tell me the information. Like a week and a half broken, roughly. She went missing August 6th. So what is the date today? The 17th. So yeah, August 6th to now. But yeah, the whole thing, guys, this is fucking weird.
receive photos and videos.
That's why it grabbed my attention so fast. And then like I said, I started looking into it a little bit more. I'm like, what the fuck?
From the Foster Family Campground party that may assist us in locating Kylie and her vehicle. In addition to that, we want to remind everybody that we have an online email portal set up and our tip line. All of this information can be found on our social media accounts in our latest press release that went out just a few hours ago. We've created a link tree to condense all of the options available to the community and the public who would like to help us with any tips or needs that they may have. Again, we'd like to thank you for continuing the coverage in our search and efforts to locate Kylie. And again, we'd like to thank the Rodney Neiman family for being here.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. It was the same with the girls here where I live at in Cleveland that were missing for 10 fucking years and they were in the house right down the street. And they got out. That shit was crazy too.
And we continue to. And at this point, our detectives are not discounting anything. Every possibility, every option is being explored currently as we continue to try to learn where Kylie may be and where her vehicle is located. Have the tips slowed down at all 6 days later? Are they still coming in and saying right now? Tips have not slowed down. We have tips pouring in every hour. And we have all of our detectives rapidly looking through each and every single one of them and trying to exhaust each and every single lead. Unfortunately, most leads have not panned out and have not been fruitful, but we are not discouraged. And again, we're really urging anybody in this community and beyond who may have been at this party to please, if they have video or photos from this party, to please upload them to our anonymous.
There was a guy that was in Truckee 6 days ago. 6 days ago, right? Who made a joke about Kylie being in his basement. This dude right here. Who looks a little bit older than what, 16, okay? And somebody was talking back and forth in a chat on Facebook with this and said, so you thought about killing her? And before that, this Kiss Me Matey or whatever the hell says, yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Like, am I the only one that finds this weird? So you thought about killing her? And then me saying this to guys and they think it's a joke, but they have zero clue about my past. See, I don't care about none of that. It's just a point in fact that this dude saying what he said, like, what the fuck, you know?
Online portal. We are very interested in seeing these photos and videos.
You're saying that some people may have been persuading maybe students or young teens to not come forward in fear of some sort of consequences. Can you explain that dynamic a little bit?
So we've received reports from adults around the community who we understand are dissuading people from coming forward. And that impedes our investigation. We want to find Kylie. We want to bring Kylie home to her family. And if people are out there telling people who may have valuable information to not come forward, that's an issue.
You know what? That is true. Somebody said on
We're not
Facebook.
here to arrest anybody and hold them accountable for underage.
Oh yeah, Jessica Kane. I remember that too, Black.
That's not our interest right now. That won't be our interest in this case.
Somebody said on Facebook that the Ellie and the FBI know that Sammy knows way more than she's talking about, and they're keeping her close by appearing to involve her in the investigation, etc., knowing that they are building evidence and she will eventually slip up. I'm not sure. Something in what you say. Sammy was involved in Kelly's disappearance. Yes. Kylie's disappearance. Yes. My thoughts exactly.
Case. Our sole mission is to bring Kylie home to her family, and that's what we want everybody to understand. We've been saying this from day one. It's now day 6.
And here's another point, you guys. This Sammy chick, she really fucking bothers me, okay? She said how many times, you guys, that she was the last one to talk to Kylie. How does she know that? How does she know that she's the last person to talk to Kylie? Stop and think about that. She said that repeatedly, but how does she know that she's the last person to talk to her? How? Unless somebody told her she was the last person to talk to her, how would she know that? I don't think it's going to, Fupa. I think it's going to wrap up faster than we probably think. You're all right, Robin. Don't worry about it, hon. But do you understand what I'm saying, you guys? How would this chick know that she was the last person to talk to her since nobody has seen or heard from her since that night? Obviously, Kylie didn't tell her you're the last one I spoke to. Unless maybe the police said you're the last person she spoke to via her phone. Sammy's dad is a PI and her mother is a lawyer. See? So she knows what they're probably telling her what to say and do. It is kind of like she's gloating a little bit too, but like, how does she know? That really bothers me. How does she know she was the last person to talk to Kylie? Yeah, I know, Robin. That's what's got me about this Sammy chick. Like, I've been listening to that in my head over and over again. Her saying she's the last one to speak to her or the last one to hear from her. How do you know? Nobody knows who the last person was that saw her. The only person that knows that is Kylie. Nobody has seen or heard from her, so come on now. Exactly, Black. I agree with you on that one. This has got me fucked up, you guys. Telling you.
Is adults going to be held accountable for impeding within the information being brought to you?
Potentially, if we can prove that this is actually happening. Remember, these are just reports that we're receiving. If there is solid evidence, we'll have to pursue it. That's also our job. But again, right now, our sole focus.
Oh, and here's this part. This is what I think it was Poopa.
Coming out of our community.
All right, guys, listen to this here. And this is, I told you guys I was like researching a lot of this shit earlier, and it's been driving me insane. And I'm still reading it as I'm watching this while I'm talking to you guys too. As you see, I got my old man glasses on. All right, now I'm going to read something to you, and I want your guys' opinion on this, okay? I think Fupa brought this up earlier. Also, Sammy keeps calling Kylie her best friend. It's been said multiple times. But there was a YouTube creator that did some looking into their social media accounts, right? Sammy follows Mags and Jagger on social media. Sammy does, right? They follow her. Mags and Jagger follow Kylie, and Kylie follows them too. But Kylie and Sammy do not follow each other on social media at all. Any social media. So if they were that fucking close and best friends, what the fuck right there? right there. You're going to tell me that there's two best friends that are girls and they're not following each other on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, anything? Does that make any kind of sense to you guys? Nope. Not even at all. Because I know guys that are best friends that follow each other close like that. But girls, again, no offense, ladies. Hell no. They're all up in each other's shit on fucking every Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat. All of it, guys. Bullshit. Sammy is deep into this bullshit, you guys. I'm telling you.
City
Yes.
within the North Lake Tahoe Truckee area?
Yes.
Thank you.
As far as search efforts or maybe interviews that you guys have conducted from yesterday to today, has anything new panned out or new information to share?
There's no new information to share.
Yeah.
We will say that each day, our detectives and our search and rescue crews do continue to search different areas, and they continue to interview new people, and they continue to develop new leads that need to be followed up on. And one thing that I think I'd like to clarify is that our detectives cannot debunk or not confirm any type of lead within minutes, right? So I can't debunk a lead and say, oh, this is false information in 5-10 minutes. Some of these leads take days to thoroughly investigate, and that's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing from the first day of the search, thoroughly searching and thoroughly investigating. So this is a very complex process, and again, we're looking for
One more thing, you guys. I'm sorry to keep doing this, you guys, but this stuff is important. Again, Sammy says she's the last person to see or hear from Kylie. The phone call that was made was 12:36 that morning, right? Okay. And again, remember how intoxicated that Kylie was, correct? Falling down, according to other people, falling down drunk, this, that, she can't drive, so on and so forth. Why was Sammy the one that she called at 12:36 that night if she wasn't going anywhere with Sammy? Again, the one that you don't follow on any social media accounts at all. No, that's wrong.
Yesterday, I think one of the officials, they described this situation as looking for a needle in a haystack, but we don't know where the haystack is, right? That's still the case.
That is still the case. We wish it weren't. Any more questions?
There's a report of the couple that went missing on their way home from August 5th.
I feel like something from the past is missing from your future.
Sorry, guys.
Their search effort to find them without we take resources away from this search effort.
We'll let Lieutenant Perry from the Nevada County Sheriff's Office answer that.
I'm Lieutenant Perry, I'm the investigations lieutenant.
Yeah, I'm working on quitting too, you guys.
We did have to pull one detective today for that investigation.
Or
as well as some of our.
Somebody was jealous of her. For whatever reason, I think somebody was jealous of her.
Tight. Come on. There we go.
Into that, and we're currently working hand in hand with the.
Okay. All right, I'm bringing that one down because that one, they're just rambling about things that we already know about.
Man, oh man. Okay.
All right, now.
Oh God. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me.
Let's right. Bring this up here. Drop that down. And there was another thing I was going to show you guys. 1 second here. Today's the 17th, right? Yes. Oh, I think Ryan did another video too. Let me see something. See if this was the other one.
Y'all can believe this Ronnie dude who's talking.
All right. Yeah, this is the other one that he just threw up yesterday. Hold on. I might as well let you guys see this since you saw the other two. Yeah, I know, Black Skull. You ain't gotta even cough that, hide that shit. I already know.
Talking about the Kylie Rodney case. I fucking don't. Here's why. Because he says two separate things when I'm talking to him versus talking to this other YouTuber. So if your cousin's like seen her doing drugs and like drinking,
hold on,
and everybody's drinking and shit.
No, they didn't see her doing. They didn't see her doing drugs. They didn't see her drinking. They saw her and she looked like she was drunk.
No. You said your cousin seen her all fucked up.
Yes, I just said that they seen her drunk. That doesn't mean they seen her drinking.
You have to drink to get drunk.
Don't know what she did before she got there either.
Yeah, she was drinking pretty much the whole time.
So your cousins, when they were leaving, they seen her sit there just like the Sammy girl, right?
No, like.
So your cousins, they left around 10:30 or something like that.
Yeah, they left. She was still there, but they didn't. I asked them if they saw her before they left. And they left. They didn't pay attention to her leave. They left, and so obviously, I don't know. Like they just left. They left at 10:30. That doesn't mean like.
That's what you said.
Are you trying to tell me that my cousin saw her there when they were?
Yeah, we watched that already. I ain't watching that again.
Yeah, they left.
I thought that was something new. I'm sorry, you
I asked them
guys.
if they saw her before they left. And they did.
My fault. My fault. I was trying to go back to find this one thing I was looking at earlier. Ooh, excuse me, before I went live, and I haven't been able to find it again. It's driving me crazy. Oh, yeah. This was the other one of the other things I looked at. Where's it at? Why did her friend leave her?
Let this soft mineral melt in your mouth to rebuild your gums and teeth and never need a dentist again.
I don't think it was her that graduated. I think she was just there with friends.
Here, and in today's video, we are going to be jumping back into the Kylie Rodney case, specifically talking about some of the new information released in the most recent press conference, where the case stands in its second full week, and a couple of things that have happened kind of behind the scenes that could help bring some answers to this story that is now in its second week. So this is going to be just kind of a one-take video going through. If you're unfamiliar with this story, Kylie Rodney went missing the morning of August 6th out of Truckee, California. She was believed to have been at a campground party that grew to a large scale of 200 to 300 people. There's a lot about this case out there.
We've identified lead investigators from each agency, Placer County Sheriff, Nevada County Sheriff, CHP, Truckee PD, the FBI, and we will be moving forward in a task force manner. That means that with these leads, we'll be able to cycle personnel through rather than having a large group of personnel here. Doesn't mean the investigation is going to stop. It will continue to move forward.
So they, in their press conference, just said that they are, dedicating and assigning leads on the case on each level, each agency level, right? You've got the sheriff, the police, the local guys, and then you've got the FBI that is involved. Each person, each agency now has a technical lead. And
yeah, I gotta find that. I can't find that video, Black Skull, with the dark hair girl. That's the one I wanted you guys to see too, because she was way fucked up.
On the ground, they had all of their efforts being used to try to find her. I actually found him through, I think, Summer Wells. I think he had made a few Summer Wells videos, and so that's how I found out about this guy. He is offering his personal Hellcat. I read that wrong the first time. I thought he said he was going to buy somebody a Hellcat. He's just flat out offering to give somebody, whoever comes forward with information that leads to the answer of where Kylie is at. He is saying that he will personally deliver you his Hellcat. So he leaves the number to call, and yeah, it's gotten quite a bit of traction. He's a fairly popular name, and so he's got a lot of people that watch his videos in the first place. So it's never a bad thing to get this information out there. And this
back to this one. This is what I wanted to go back to.
With Sam, who is supposedly this great friend of Kylie's, and I just, I'm not doubting their friendship by any means, but I have a few opinions based on what she says in this interview that she did that I just kind of want to comment on. So let's just listen to a few of these moments.
So, okay.
I will check it
At
out.
the end of the party when she called,
I will check that out, Bowser, for real. Definitely. What is it called? Sunshine Hotel, huh? I will check it out, my friend. Thank you for the info, bro. She is talking again.
I saw her. She was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later. I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk.
Let me get to the beginning.
She was drunk, and so.
All right.
Who is supposedly this great friend.
Something about this girl really bothers me, you guys.
Friendship by any means,
watch her the way she is when she talks and everything. It bothers me.
She did that I just kind of want to comment on. So let's just listen to a few of these moments.
So, okay. At the end of the party when she called, when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later.
All right, now stop. Back up. At the end of the party when she called, when I saw her, okay, she started to say when she called, right? Okay.
I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk, and I knew she was drunk, and so I did not want.
I believe she was drunk. No, I knew she was drunk. Okay.
Her to be driving me home, because I know about drunk drivers and all that and stuff.
Because I know about drunk drivers and all that, I feel like
everybody does. Who cares?
It's I don't know. That whole thing.
She starts to say something else a couple times, and fixes it real quick. What'd you say, Gina? All I see is you. You're talking about me? Wait, I'm lost. What did you mean by that one, Gina? Oh, maybe you guys aren't even talking to me. Okay, sorry.
Sticks out to me as weird. It stands out to me as strange is that Kylie was going to be her ride, and then she knew, she was like, oh no, I found out, or I realized she was too drunk to drive, so I just abandoned her. I mean, really, that's what it sounds like. And it's just a strange thing to me that, not that Kylie didn't have anyone else there that she could have known.
Oh, okay.
But to me,
sorry guys,
this case seems so much like the Alonzo Brooks case the more I look into it. If you guys are unfamiliar with this case, there's an Unsolved Mysteries episode on Netflix. I don't know which episode it is. It'd be pretty easy to find, but this guy was out of Lacine, Kansas at a party with his friends, and his friends, I think, went to go get cigarettes or more beer. I can't remember exactly. And they left him at this party. And I don't know why they just assumed that he would be able to find his way home.
Oh, I remember this, yeah.
Considering he lived a long ways from Lacine, Kansas, but they just left him there. And he ended up dying, and he ended up being found in like a body of water nearby.
There was a bridge that he fell over into a river.
100% involved. I don't want this to turn into something like this, but I just think of this case when I think of the Kylie Rodney case, because they left her there. They left her there, and they know they left her there. And I know that, I don't know if they have anything to do with it or if they know more, but they left her there. And I think that that's an unfortunate thing. If she was so drunk and there were all these weird guys, older guys that were there doing drugs, and you had a bad vibe, why would you leave your friend there?
And then when I left the party, we were pretty much on 89 with my ride. And she called me as I was in the car in the passenger seat, and she was like, hey, where are you? do you still need a ride home? And I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm in the car right now. I'm like getting driven home now. But Kylie did not have a set ride home. And I was under the impression that she would either sleep there or find another ride home.
Right.
And
her best friend, right?
It was not known that anybody was going to give her a ride home. She was not, when she called me.
You see how she's looking up, you guys? She's thinking about what she's going to say next when they do that. I did this whole thing about this kind of stuff with eye movement and all that shit. When people look up like that, if they're telling you a story, they're thinking about what they're going to say next. She's making this up as she goes.
She was not in a car. I could hear the party and many people talking in the background.
So one thing that sticks out to me there at the beginning of that, she said that Kylie called her and said, hey, do you still need a ride home? I don't know if Kylie could have been super drunk. I don't know. But maybe she was just trying to say, like, I can give you.
If Kylie was super drunk, how did she remember enough to call Sammy to see if she still needed a ride home? Because I'm sorry, I've been super drunk, and that's the last fucking thing I remember thinking about is asking somebody if they need a ride home if I'm that fucking drunk. There's another piece, guys, that don't make no sense.
You a ride, I can give you a ride, whatever, and still trying to convince. Maybe she was trying to convince her that she could give her a ride before she left, and Sam was saying,
right,
no,
Tina.
like, you're drunk. I'm not going to drive with you. And
even if these girls did nothing wrong, that have nothing to do with this, I'm just saying a what if. Shame on them for leaving her there by herself in that state. Even if she was sober, she shouldn't have been left alone like that by herself. With 250 people there, strange men, drugs that they don't usually do, all of that bullshit. Fuck that.
Maybe Kylie was calling her saying, hey, do you still need a ride? I found these guys that are super willing to give you a ride, and they're willing to drive my car. And like, look, Kylie,
like my theory earlier,
his car is still missing. And so we know there are certain things we know about this. Kylie is nowhere to be found. Her car is nowhere to be found. And her phone last pinged at 12:33 a.m. And I think they have every reason to believe it pinged near the campgrounds because they were searching the lakes and the reservoir.
And again, if this was by chance, quote unquote, a trafficking situation, they took her to wherever they took her. She was already drunk and maybe drugged her earlier in the night with something that if she did any drugs or alcohol, people spike drugs with different shit. Knocked her the fuck out. That's why she was so fucking loopy. Threw her in her car, took her to the place that they sold her to. And then they're in California, you guys. How hard is it to take a car in California to a fucking chop shop? Or hide it in a fucking garage until shit calms down and then get rid of it or put it somewhere else. Or bring it out and just leave it somewhere. You're going to tell me that don't happen? Because it does.
Reservoirs near there. And so that call back to Sam after Sam had left and her saying, hey, do you still need a ride? I think that's a strange call. I think Kylie maybe ran into some people that.
Unless that was a distress call. Okay. I don't know what he's about to say, but that's what that clicks in my mind. Unless Kylie ran into trouble and was maybe getting surrounded by these strange guys, or somebody had a hold of her and she's like, wait, I got to call my girl to try to get herself out of that situation, to buy her some time, and made it sound like, like I said, that's a distress call. Hey, do you still need a ride? If she knew what was going on already, that was kind of her out to get away from these people. Maybe that's another possibility too, you guys.
That said, well, we can drive you. We're good to drive. I'll just, where are your keys? We'll drive you. Because I don't think she was calling her to try to convince her to come back and get in the car with her. And once again, just driving the point home that this friend, Sam, I don't really know how good of a friend she is with Kylie, but to give a little backstory, an example of when I would, go out to bars and things like that with my friends, we would always make sure we had each other's backs, right? So like at the end of each night, if one of their friends that was with us throughout the night all of a sudden wasn't with us, for whatever reason, maybe they went back to somebody else's house. I mean, we didn't always end up at the same house, but we always made sure that each of us ended up somewhere safe each night. We would always make sure that that was the case. And so maybe they don't have a system like that, but here, if you're watching this video and you have close friends that you're going out to parties with or going out to bars with, whatever, make sure your friend finds a ride home. I think, look, I don't know the exact details that went down at this Kylie Rodney case, but
so
this
fucking
friend is going to
crazy.
feel really, really bad if something bad ends up happening to Kylie. So I don't want to make her feel worse, but please have a plan to make sure your friends are getting home safely. I mean, it's just call her an Uber, whatever you need to do, especially if she felt like this party. I mean, it just, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. All right, here's the last little bit, and then we'll move on.
I have a feeling, and obviously, I don't know. I have a feeling that she's still alive and she's still out there and she's still fighting, but that.
All right, stop right there. She looked up and then she said, I have a feeling, I don't know. I have a feeling that she's still alive and she's out there and she's still fighting. What does that mean? I have a feeling that she's still alive and she's still fighting. Why would you say that?
That there's somebody else involved, and that's not confirmed. That's just what I believe. I think there has to be somebody else involved in this.
So her saying that I believe that she's still out there and fighting and that there would have to be somebody else involved, it just makes me feel like she knows more, or
thank you,
knows like something sketchy happened, like there was these guys there that maybe
she's still fighting. I'm telling you, she knows what the fuck the deal is, you guys, for real. Like, and why would you say that if you don't know something? Why would you say that if you have no clue what happened to this girl? If you have no clue who she was with, you have no clue where she ended up at. Why would you think she'd still be fighting? This is way like Jessica Kane, dude. It really is a whole lot like it. It's fucking crazy. And that case drove me insane too. This one right here, this is just, no. This is fucking crazy, man. This is going to drive me nuts.
she's not talking about or whatever. I think people keep asking me, I've gotten a few messages, what do you think happened? You know, what do you make of all this so far? I think, like I said, this is suspicious to me, that how little she seems to know about the situation around Kylie and her ride home when Kylie was supposed to be her ride in the first place. Like, if I knew that my friend was supposed to give me a ride and they ended up being too drunk to drive, I would then make it my mission, like I was just saying,
to make sure she got home safe.
with me.
Thank you.
Right? Not to just abandon them. So there's some weirdness around the friends, but I think she probably knows. And what I'm thinking happened is that, yeah, there was probably some older dudes that ended up at this party. They were there and they realized maybe Kylie was super drunk and they realized, hey, this is an easy opportunity to take advantage of somebody, a young person. Her car's already here. Let's try to play the nice guy and say, oh, we'll give you a ride home. And she was just, you know, she was abducted. She was taken. And I mean, this is being treated at this point as an abduction. Law enforcement's treating it as an abduction. And I think that is likely what happened. Okay, so the last thing I want to go through is just a couple of moments from Ikid Mel's YouTube video. Mel is a longtime YouTube friend, or at least in the past year. I came to know of Mel's channel through the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case. He had somebody come on his show that was supposedly a cousin with two guys that were at this party. And I think this also kind of weirds me out, just the way in which this guy responds to some of Mel's questions. I'm only going to point out a couple moments, but I'll leave the video down below. It's like a 19-minute video if you want to go listen to it for yourself. But let's just listen to a couple moments.
And so there's a lot of older dudes there. And so I asked them if they knew her, and they said they saw her there. And she was just like, you know, laughing, going from group to group talking, and they didn't make nothing of it. But she was talking to, I guess, a bunch of people. Like, she was just walking around talking to everybody.
So this guy's saying that.
Now, you guys saw earlier when he was talking to Ryan and how different his story changed around the way he sounds. Because right here, when he said that, that's what I said earlier. He was talking like he was there at the party. Okay. And whatever his cousins, like, unless they're just trying to get some kind of fucking internet or you know, clout or some kind of fucking TV famous for a while or be involved somehow. But like, this dude was talking like he was there or like his cousins were like following this chick around the whole night. How do you know she's laughing and talking to all these people? Are you watching her the whole night? Because that's what that sounds like.
That his cousins, once again, he's speaking on behalf of his cousins, which is a little bit strange, like, because he had to have talked to his cousins to know this information. So it's weird for him to be calling in to Mel. But if there were 200 to 300 people at this party, what are his cousins like? How they must have really noticed something about Kylie if they are remembering this, because in the moment they wouldn't have known. Oh, she's gonna.
Maybe she knows, maybe she don't. But if guilt don't work you over, then you're a certain type of piece of shit. Because how many friends y'all have that will legit make a video on your disappearance or just carry on? Exactly.
Gonna go missing later. Let's figure out everything about her so we know this after the fact. It's like when a crime is committed after the fact, when you realize you were at a thing where something happened, you go, oh my gosh, do I remember anything from that? And
right.
I feel like it's weird that they have all of these specific things. And so if they truly were there and this was happening, Kylie likely was extremely drunk. If you've ever been to a wedding or a party or any sort of an event where someone is like another level drunk, it's usually a memorable thing. And you go, oh my gosh, that guy was like out of his mind. He was climbing on tables. And it's like a noticeable thing. And so the only thing I can think of is if Kylie was insanely drunk, she probably stood out even amongst hundreds of people. If she was bouncing around to different groups of people at this party, she likely stood out like a sore thumb, especially to somebody who potentially would have wanted to take advantage of her. And I think that's what I'm kind of coming to with this. Is I feel like maybe she was super drunk and not able to really carry herself in the way that is safe, right? Like if she was able to really speak for herself and know like, oh yeah, I need to like get myself home safely, like someone could have easily stepped in and taken advantage of that situation. I think that is probably what happened.
She wasn't walking around like, oh yeah, I'm tipsy, I'm cool. She was pretty drunk. Like,
yeah. So stumbling around.
Yeah, if she would have been driving around, she would have been swerving easily swerving. So there was no.
Once again, the way he says that is just so specific, almost as if he was at this party as well. It's just strange. And then Mel asks him about the outfit.
Did they see her in a tank top, like the black?
Yeah, she was wearing the bodysuit. Yeah, she was wearing the same outfit, but they didn't see her wearing no sweatshirt.
How do you know? You weren't there.
He's like, yeah, absolutely. She was in a bodysuit. They didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt though. And just once again, the way in which he's like,
and again, how do they know that's a bodysuit? It was dark. It's got spaghetti straps on it. It could be a tank top, guys. No, this is all wrong.
Responding to Mel is almost as if it's like, are his cousins? Did they give him every possible scenario or answer ahead of time that Mel could have asked? Because the way he was just like, oh yeah, this is how it was. Once again, it's just as if he was there. So it's just it's super strange. All in all, just the way he answered those questions. Like I said, I'll leave that video down below if you want to go through and listen to it yourself. If you're if you're familiar with this case, I'm sure that you're already doing so, and you've probably already seen Mel's video at this point. But if you haven't and you want to see that video or any of the videos that I referenced today, please go down below. There's also information down below to submit tips. If you actually are somebody that maybe was at that party and you happened across my video, please give information. I will, like I said, continue to follow this case. Hopefully we'll have more information throughout the week, and I will be here to talk about that. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
When was the last time you did a proper cleanse of your instance?
All right, guys. So that is what I got for tonight. Like I said, this is going to drive me nuts, but I can't. I'm tired as hell now because I've been burning my eyes and brains on this shit. But I am going to pick this up tomorrow morning on my morning stream as well and carry on with it. I'm going to look into more shit too. But this is all fucked up. Bowser sounds like a screwed up mess. Shake my fucking head. There's at least one person knowing what happened to you. You either the killer or the one who didn't give a cap on your gut. Exactly, bro. That's exactly what it is. I think there's 2, possibly 4 people involved in this situation. and they're all that group. And again, I think this is almost maybe a Mean Girls situation and or a trafficking situation. Okay, those are my theories. I'll get more into detail with it tomorrow. For right now, though, guys, it's 1:15 in the morning. I want to thank you all for being here. Bowser, bro, I'm glad you jumped in. It's great to see you, brother, for real. So make it a little more often, my friend. We all miss having you in here, brother, for real. Gina, thank you so much for being here, hon. I appreciate your input and having you here for sure. But like I said, I will pick this up in the morning for anybody that's interested. Miss Brandy and Miss Heather, as always, my ladies, and Miss Robin, love you guys to death. Thank you so much for being here with me. My mods, you did a great job. We didn't really have to do much tonight, thank God. Let's see, who else did I? Black Skull, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Let me know any new info, but I'll probably see you in the morning anyway. You have a great help, sir. Or you are a great help, my friend. Like I told you guys, I'm tired as hell. Again, I hope all you guys enjoyed the stream. Please hit the like button again if you can. Please donate to support me and the channel. I appreciate you so much. For those of you that have, I love you guys to death and appreciate you more than you know. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Any of those you that I may have forgotten, you know I love you. I'm just tired as hell. I will see you all in the morning. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.